right, let me turn that off. Let me switch this over. And we are ready to go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the Gaming Den. Looks like we got people who forgot that it starts at 8:45 Central Standard Time every Wednesday, but that's okay. They will be in here eventually. And tonight we have a fun one for you. I am really, really excited. We have Henri Heck in the house tonight, and we also have Jez7780 supposedly coming on over. That is right, Brap is in the house, or not in the house. Brap is over doing his show. That makes sense. Brain just caught up with what was going on. All right, so we do have a members goal. It is 0 out of 10 currently. Last week we got that big member bomb from Steven, so thank you for that. And this week looking for 10. If we get there, y'all will be with me tonight afterwards when I stream Lies of P as a bonus show. What's up, Matt Davis? How are you? And tonight we have some stuff to talk about. So gaming, I didn't do this last week, but I've been trying to do just gaming topics, right? Things about gaming. And one of my Discord members, they had said something earlier about like Battlefield 6, and we were all talking about it. And then one of the guys was like, "But did you have fun? That's the key. Did you have fun?" And another person said, "It's not about having fun," and blah blah blah. And I jokingly said, "Well, you know, Stellar Blade and Battlefield 6 hope to be changing that." And then I thought about it. I was like, "Well, hell, along with a ton of others." And then I was like, you know what? That's a great topic for the show tonight. So we will be talking about gaming and fun seemingly creeping back up to being the #1 thing developers and gamers are focused on. Also, guys, after playing 15 matches in Battlefield 6 over this last weekend, I'm telling you, we have a contender. We have it's #1 contender right now, and it is going for the champion in Call of Duty. I'm calling it now. If that freaking game releases the way the beta played, then they are going to have a juggernaut on their hands. Very, very thrilled about that. So we're going to discuss that tonight. That's really good reason to have Henri on. And then, you know, Xbox's chicken is cooked. Tyson done plucked one of their best hens, as it were. Yeah, they got Sara on the board, and oh my goodness, she's apparently going to be leaving Xbox now, and it's a whole thing. Apparently, like, her and Phil got into it, or her and Matt didn't get along, or I don't know. But yeah, that's the news. She's on their board now, which absolutely means she is leaving Xbox, and no, that's not what that means, and we're going to kind of discuss a little bit about what it means to be on the board of directors, but the most recent overreaction was to this news. So, felt like it'd be fun to cover the most recent overreaction. It's almost to the level of the liquid metal from Final Fantasy 16 and the Ifrit boss fight, but not quite. So we're going to discuss that and get that talking and going. Then, Zoe to PlayStation, hold Xbox. It's kind of like when you get a hot dog and you're like, dude, I'll take mustard, but hold the ketchup, add the... That's basically what they did. They said, hey, we're going to take it over to PlayStation. We're going to kind of hold off on the Xbox right now. And so, yeah, we're just going to discuss that, kind of who is excited for games like this. And so that's going to be interesting. With all of that being said, though, you can also join the Discord. There is a permanent link in the description below. And then if you could, hit subscribe and like. Truly, truly, truly helps out. If you're watching this afterwards, please go ahead and leave a comment down below, as it really does help out the quote-unquote algorithm. With that, you know what else helps out the algorithm? When I stop talking. Let's go ahead and bring in the two guests. They are both here live. Hang on, almost. And now they're here live. What's going on, guys?
Yo, what's up?
Dude, we got some fun stuff to talk about tonight. I am excited. So we'll just jump in. We'll start with Henri, then I'll go to Jez next. Henri, what you been playing right now, man? Also, thanks for coming on.
Hey, man, for sure, man. It's always a good time, you know. But right now I'm playing Mafia: The Old Country. I immediately jumped into it right after I finished Judgment, and that's just what's going on right now. Also, I played and enjoyed the Battlefield 6 beta. That was super tight. Um,
Mm.
Looking forward to this weekend jumping in that, and also Echoes of the End. But right now, I'm fully immersed in Mafia: The Old Country. Right now, I'm enjoying that. Super tight game right there.
Fully immersed. I will say that because you told me where you were before the show, and you told me where you were yesterday, and you've been putting in some massive work on that game. Some
Yes,
massive
sir, man.
steps. So, man, just enjoy it. It's it once you get to a certain point, you're on a roller coaster that doesn't stop until the end. So, just enjoy it, man.
Looking forward to it.
Jez, what are you doing, man? How are you?
Yo, what's up, man? Yeah, I've been, like everybody else, man. Sunk so many hours in that Battlefield 6. Can't wait for this weekend again. But yeah, tons of that. I've been playing Death Stranding 2, which I'm currently doing, and I dabbled into the demo of Hell.
What's up,
what was that? Hell was it?
Hell is Us.
Hell is Us.
Oh, yeah, I played that too.
Yeah, not for me yet. So I really it didn't. I'm not feeling it. So, but otherwise, Battlefield, incredible. I can't wait. I'm pre-ordering that game. I'm gonna get definitely. And then I was looking at that Echoes game. Interested in seeing that because I was like, that looked really interesting because I was. But then I'm reading some of the reviews that said the gameplay is not there. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But for the price, it's like $35. I'm like, damn, it looks good. I'm like, I might just deal with the jank or whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait on that one. So I'm gonna let. So Henry said he's getting it. So I'm gonna let him spend his money and then have him tell me how it is before I spend mine. Like,
it's like $35. I'm like, even if it's janky or whatever like that, I mean, it looks. I don't know. It looks pretty decent. I watched the gameplay and stuff of it, but yeah, that. But yeah, I'm just really just trying to keep moving ahead. Like I'm telling you, that Stranding 2. Oh man, it's so good. So I've been I streamed a little bit of it last week, and just the story is so awesome. The characters, like, it's so interesting what they do, and I'm noticing a theme with both, like, I don't know if it's Sony's kind of like recipe when they work with these, but their sequels really are like these team building type things. Like I noticed it in God of War, noticed it in Horizon Forbidden West. And now, even in Death Stranding, like, the first game is always about the character, the side characters, but then the second game, they seem to have like all these this team, like the Avengers or type thing. Like the side characters become more of essential characters, and they have like the much more like almost like an Avengers type thing. Like they have this team now, and the similar thing to how lonely the first Death Stranding was, and how you're talking to people. I think Norman Reedus has so many lines and talking in this one. Well, you didn't even hear from him in the first game that much. And like, it's so interesting how I noticed like they've done that with with those games. I don't know if it's a Sony thing, but it's just like they build out the characters and give them like a team to work with in their sequels, like kind of flesh it out. But anyway, I'm enjoying it. It's great. It moves so much better. And again, the rest of you don't have to finish the first game to play the second one.
I will add it to my list right now.
Add it to the list. You just made the list.
Yeah, you just made the list. I just
Another game made the list.
Mafia over the weekend. Well, no, I beat it yesterday.
I like the Mafia games, man. I don't know. I was waiting.
Just wait for my review. It should be out tomorrow or Friday. Just wait for my review until you purchase it, because I have thoughts and I have things, and I know that people who watch my reviews are not the same people who are here, so I can kind of like the two demographics don't meet. But I will say this: that game, it's the first time I've bought a game brand new in a long time that I've been like, damn it, I could have waited for a sale.
Oh, and wait for sale.
It's not a bad game though. Like I can't put anything negative against what they gave us, how it's presented, and the story that's told. They did a great job. They just didn't do enough of it. Like, it was...
That's Mafia, man. Mafia's been like that. They had incredible stories, but the gameplay has been whack.
And
Always
that's the thing.
have.
The gameplay was good. The knife fighting is
The
freaking
driving was
phenomenal.
horrible.
No, driving in this one was actually... Dude, I was doing 80 miles an hour.
I'm talking about the other Mafias, man. I remember the first Mafia and the other, like, man, you had to drive like the speed limit at like 35 miles an hour, what it was like in the 1950s. And it was crazy. You had to drive the speed limit.
It was...
If you were speed limit, you get pulled over.
So, for the first...
Well, this is Italy, man. They don't care about speed limits. Go.
For the first half of the game...
Straight up.
You're in this moment in the first half where you're like, I'm still in a tutorial. The map is gonna open up a bit. Okay, cool. You get past the halfway point, and you're like, wait, I'm way too far in the story now. It hasn't really opened up. The only countryside I've seen is when I've driven through it. I can't even break away from leaving the mission area to go and purchase weapon upgrades or anything like that. So like it was very, very much on rails and didn't do a good job of telling you when the few little breaks that you get are actually there. Like, it's always putting you to the next mission and then the next mission and then the next mission. There's nothing that says, oh, hey, you can explore for a little bit. There's also literally no reason to explore except the collectibles, like just little trinkets and whatnot, but they don't really do much except add a little bit of flavor text to the world you're in. And so, like, everything was really good. I just was expecting even a little bit of an open up where it's like, yeah, you're going to go run some errands, you're going to go do a few things. There were a couple missions that I thought were introducing those type of mechanics. Like, early on, you go and one of the missions is you have to go shake down some businesses. Go collect the monthly fee. And so I'm like, oh, cool. So in all the little hubs, right?
You grab the guy and you shake him.
Yeah. So in all the little hubs that they start presenting to you in the game, you're going to have to go and collect from a couple businesses there. Not a lot, just a couple as a part of a side thing. Nope. After that mission, you never do it again. You never see it again. That's not something that's even talked about much. And so it's just like, wait, you're leaving so much gameplay from a good game and good solid mechanics on the table. And anyways, that's enough of that. It didn't feel... I guess I was wanting more Godfather and less Mafia, and I got a lot of Mafia. That's...
Yeah.
And so, but...
Yeah, and they mentioned the shakedowns like one more time. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
After that first time, you don't ever get to do it. You just, somebody, one of the characters said something about it. But yeah, I do agree with that.
No more shakedowns.
They could have, because inside of doing it, they implemented what they showed you, like some kind of, well, it ain't even really a mechanic. It was just a kind of how you could like potentially threaten them, like aiming the guns at them and stuff like that.
Yes.
But you don't
intimidate them.
You don't ever get to, experience that. So it kind of feel like a waste. Well, I don't say a waste because I think it's kind of like one of those kind of sequences where you kind of like bonded with one of the characters or whatever. So it's kind of showing their relationship and how it's kind of showing them the ropes. But it would have been cool if you were able to, do that somewhere.
Yeah, and that's the way that a lot of those early missions felt. It was like a tutorial to open up the side quest, and it never opened up. I told my wife, I was like, this game is doing a wonderful job of, like, this was early on, I was like, this game's doing a great job of building that angst between, like, okay, everything's about to open up, but we're going to hold you back just a little bit. And so you're always feeling like everything's just about to explode and you're about to be able to start going explore and do all your stuff. And it never got there. And I was so disappointed in that fact. But like I said, I paid $50 for it. I got it day one. It was a great story. The presentation of it and everything is wonderful. The accents are on point. The script is awesome. And the voice work is absolutely impeccable. I love the voice work that's done in this. The actors and actresses they got for it are perfect. And so it was just I wanted more of I wanted more game in the game, and that was that was that was about it. But okay, so moving on. Speaking of games, let's get to our first topic here. So one of the things that I noticed a lot last year was whenever a game came out, everybody always mentioned, especially with the ones that were lower priced. Oh my gosh, guys, it's so fun. It is absolutely fun. Oh, what's your favorite part about Stellar Blade? Man, it's just fun. Oh, what's your favorite part about Space Marines 2? Man, it's just a fun time. It's just a good time. Well, what's your favorite part about Helldivers? Dude, it's so fun. It's so amazing. It's such a great time. Well, what about Black Myth Wukong? That game's hard as hell, but it's so fun. Animal Well, so fun, so amazing. Oh, okay, so there's this pattern. Astrobot even. What do you like that game so much for? I don't know. It's just a fun freaking time. It's a good game. It's just a lot of fun to play. And like, it seemed that was what we were reaching for so much. And it feels like this year it's more of the same, where you have maybe a couple titles, and this is not necessarily in relation to sales, but you have a couple titles that come out that are these marquee titles for the year, like Death Stranding 2 is this year. You have Ghost of Yotai for us PlayStation guys coming out in October. And so those are like these big tentpole IPs. But then you have things like Expedition 33. You have things like Blueprints that have come out. You have Shinobi, Art of Vengeance coming out, Lost Soul Aside. We just talked about Mafia: The Old Country. Like, you have all these titles coming out, and what people keep saying about them, oh, I'm sorry, not to mention all the little indie shooters and, oh my goodness, there's so many of them. All the Steam titles, the Hades 2, the Titan Quest 2 that's coming out. Like, these games all look just fun. And now, as we're coming into the latter half of this year, it's interesting to me that we started to see somebody in the AAA space take notice of, hey, gamers just want to have fun. They want it to be authentic, and they want it to feel, they like in a shooter, okay? They want it to feel weighty. They don't want it to be My Little Pony shooting its shit at you up against a wall and it's glitter, and like, that's not what they want. And if anybody saw the clip, you know what I'm talking about. Like,
yep.
They want real, authentic shooters that are just a good time to play. And this is one of the first times I have seen a AAA dev, as of late, really deliver something that I think all of the fans in that space actually want. And so it's kind of a twofold thing. We're going to talk about fun in gaming in general, and then that's going to lead us into Battlefield 6. So, fun in gaming. Do y'all think that we are now, and either one of y'all can answer, but do y'all think that we are now in a place where the quote-unquote movement games are finally going to start taking a back seat to, or movement/the message games are going to start taking a back seat to these fun, just back to gaming titles?
Oh, you can go first, Jez.
What do you mean by moving titles? Like deep stories?
Movement titles. No. Like a Dragon Age: The Veilguard that focused on a corporate message, that focused on kind of that type of stuff,
and diversity.
or even a game like Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 2 that had 36 writers and did all this overproduction and had a massive budget. Granted, the game sold well, but we see games like, a Expedition 33 that come out, sell 3.7 million copies, or 3.5, I think was the last number we got, and had relatively small budgets, or Stellar Blade that comes out, sells 2 million copies and had a relatively small budget that focused more on the fun factor than necessarily overproduction and all of that. So that's kind of where that's coming from.
Oh, I think I don't know. I really think that games just like if it's a good game, people play it. Like I think there's too much looking into these games, trying to find like what these messages are, who worked on it, who did what. I think it's all bullshit, and I think people need to stop worrying about all the back end, how the sausage is made, and worry about the end product that we're paying for. And I think, like, you know, if a game, I think there needs to be more focus on the fun of the game and entertainment factor than the monetization factor. I think that is coming too much to the forefront. And I think games that just focus on just enjoyment with the player are ones that should be successful, and not what its monetization structure is. But like all the message stuff, like I don't like, you know, I think that's all just social media bullshit. Like I don't really think that it really should like change the way games are made or anything like that. Like I really don't care, because look at the same horse shit that was done with Last of Us Part 2. The all that stuff. Like who cares? Like I who gives a shit? I don't care about Neil Druckmann and what he does. Would just make a great game with a great story, and I'm playing it. And that's all I really care about.
Okay, so I think I framed the question a little wrong. Because when I was talking to Henry about this before the show, that's not the line that I was thinking. I was thinking more when we talk about these. So that was my bad. I saw Josh in the chat like, no, you're just wrong. And I heard the way you responded.
I don't know, like,
and I was like,
about more like political games versus.
No,
I don't know. Clue.
No. What I'm talking about is over the past couple years, we've seen these bigger developers, especially EA, Ubisoft, companies like that, release these, Square Enix even, release these games, overproduce, over budget, and they come out and they flop, or they miss sales expectations. But yet we see these other games come out that focus on lower budgets, tighter staff, more of more of just the gameplay, the fun factor, and they come out and they do so well. So what I'm saying is, now that these big developers have started to see this trend of these smaller games that have heart, that have passion, that have just good gameplay mechanics and good fun mechanics, since they are starting to see them doing well, and because of the way that Battlefield 6 has started to come out and the way it's been presented and the way it's had such buzz about it because of how fun it is, how good it feels, how much the fun factor is there, do y'all think that more developers are going to start taking notice of that? Or am I reading too much into Battlefield 6 and the way that games have been playing out lately?
Yeah, you may be reading too much in Battlefield 6. I'm going to tell you one thing. Battlefield 6 is friggin' incredible, but we don't know how they're going to do their monetization, how they're going to EA it. We don't know. Like, it's an incredible game. Like, the gameplay is good, but we still need to see what EA is going to do with it to ensure that it stays fresh and stays exciting. That's kind of like what we need to do. Like, I don't know what their pass is or how they're going to monetize it. Like, they're hitting a lot of good points with it, but we don't know. So, like, I wouldn't jump the gun and be like, EA is listening to the gamers. I think that they needed to do this because they destroyed, like, Battlefield with the last game, and they listened to the end users, and they're doing all the right things, but we still don't know. It is EA, big publisher. It is a big game. Costs a lot of money, I'm sure. So we got to see what they're going to do, how they're going to, like, what the monetization is, what they're going to do. They said they're not going to put in like all different cartoon characters and stuff. Maybe they're just saying that at first. Maybe later on they do drop the Family Guy in there. I don't know. You know, we'll see. Because think about it, what are you going to do? Just have army men in there? Like, I don't know. EA will, I don't know. We'll see. It is EA.
So, Henry, on the second go-round, what's your thoughts, man? Fun in gaming.
Yeah, I think they are. You know, it get to a point to where, you know, you do things a certain way and it's not really paying off in the way you think it's gonna pay off, and you see other developers take a certain, you know, route in order to produce a product, and it's really resonating with gamers. Like a lot of people placed Expedition 33 as an example to what, you know, Square should follow as far as how they should structure, or, you know, structure their turn-based games or whatever, which is cool, you know. And if I'm doing things a certain way and I'm not making the money I think I should make, and then someone else come up and they're doing things a certain way with less money in shorter time span, and they are able to, reach a certain level of, I mean, to reach the fans and have people resonate and champion it, then obviously I'm gonna take note, because I want my game to do that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to look internally in order to see I dropped the ball somewhere, so I got to see where I dropped the ball, and then maybe take some information from them, and and put it into my formula. So then I may then also be able to get these people, get my people, and then have a bigger player base for my product, because at the end of the day, that's what they all want. So I just think, yeah, obviously that's what's gonna happen, because they in it to make money. If they're not making the money they want to make, then they're gonna take lessons from elsewhere to input into their stuff, so they can then ultimately make the money they want to make. And in my opinion, it's a win for us, because we get a better product. We have more fun, and that's what it's all about. When you cut the game on, you want to have fun, And even to your point, Battlefield, I think they're on the right track. Like Jez said, they kind of had to, because they really fucked up last time around. So they took notes. They presented a good product. Even in this beta, the beta is running super good. Last year's Call of Duty beta didn't run this well. A lot of times we were sitting in the lobby like 10 minutes waiting, and at that point Concord was out. So I cut it off and wouldn't play Concord. I wasn't gonna just sit there and wait and waste time inside of the lobby. And I'm looking forward to the new stuff that they allow us to, engage with this weekend. But yeah, I think they experimented with some stuff, made some decisions, and now they bring it back around, because they got to. Because if they don't, somebody else will, and this money they're gonna be missing out on.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, but I also could be just kind of fanboying a little bit over Battlefield 6. Because I think that the game was fucking amazing. It runs amazing. It works so well. The PS5 Pro, if they couldn't go in there and just turn the sharpness down just a half a click, that's all I'm asking. It's a little like, holy crap. The change from going to from performance mode to balanced mode, literally, like, your eyes tell the difference in like the split second that it happens. It looks really, really good. But yeah, so we do have a beta coming up, and they are going to be adding a couple more things. So Jez, how many matches did you run, or how much did you play? Oh, what's up, Guap?
I played about 6 hours, 7 hours. I played of the beta.
Okay.
Yeah, I went through, and that's another great thing that they did. I mentioned a couple of times that they definitely made the match churn, like the going through conquest, much faster than what it used to be. It used to be like you need like an hour to finish a game in Battlefield, and they made it much faster in the timing. The ticker goes down faster, and there's a good, like, you're done with the match, you level up, and then you move into the next one. So they've done a great job with that. So I was able to get through a lot, because the previous Battlefields, like, you would say, okay, well, I could play one game, and it's sort of like, yep, that's about it. Like, by the time you're done, you're like, wow, that was just one game. And yeah, so no, they did a great job with that, but I played tons of it. I think that the movement also is really good. It's much more faster. They kind of took a little bit of elements of a Call of Duty type movement, and even the things that they added, like the clambering, the the kind of the diving, the sliding, just the movement speed. It definitely felt much more faster than the other Battlefields, which were more slower paced.
Yeah, it felt really, really good. That was one of the things that I had noticed while just starting out playing it, was that it does feel real. Everything felt tight and deliberate. Like, every single time, the reaction time was good of it. I was gonna say every time I pushed a button, something happened, but the reaction time was good. Yeah, the jumping, the running, everything felt right. Everything felt like this was how it was supposed to perform. I didn't ever have a moment. That's not true. I had one moment where I was like, man, that's a little cheap. And it was this dude's at the top of the stairs behind like a piece of cover, and Ace was actually playing with me, and I shot the dude twice in the head, twice, didn't die. He shot me, didn't even register a hit. And then Ace came up behind me and was like, dude, I got him, don't worry. And then he came up there and tried to shoot him, and he got killed by him also because his shots weren't registering. So something about where that dude was in relation to, like, I don't know where the cover was or the angle we were trying to shoot him at, we just couldn't kill him. So there was only one moment like that, though, in a beta for a game that's due out in another, month and a half, 2 months? Like, that's pretty good. And I put in 15 matches in the dang thing, which is probably about that 6 or 7 hours that you played. Like, I literally could not get in. I sent the kids to their room because I was like, Dad's going to play Battlefield now. And I got in a couple hours during the afternoon, which I don't normally do that because they're awake, and I don't play like bloody games or shooters or stuff like that when they're awake. And so, dude, I was sold on it. And I hate this type of shit. It is the worst thing. It's the worst genre. It as dang near borderline. The first-person competitive shooter space has been is one of the main reasons I think for monetization in gaming, and so I just don't like it. But this game has me questioning spending $70 on launch. And Henry, what about you, man? Are you day one?
Man.
Are you all over this?
You already know I'm day one. I'm day one, baby. I put about 8 hours into it. I played a decent amount of Conquest on Saturday, and then I also played some of the Domination mode. Because I really wanted to check out, how their core, not well, on Call of Duty we say core, but the 8v8 style. I wanted to see how that was in comparison, because in Call of Duty at this point is shit show, and like with the kind of, because the movement isn't as fast as Call of Duty, but it's still crisp. You know what I mean? So I just really wanted to see how that is, and I love it. I actually think I might be playing that a lot more than the Conquest once the game come out. I'm probably gonna spend a lot of time in there, because I do like that kind of close, my team versus your team, and you know what I mean, you can go on your streaks and do that type of thing. Even though Conquest is fun, I played the engineer class, and was riding in tanks, and I was trying to keep the tank healed up. Tank driver keep driving off, and that got kind of annoying. But overall, it's still pretty fun. And I didn't really get to hop in with homies like I wanted to, because I was trying to finish another game. But this weekend, we definitely gonna get busy. Link up with some of the guys.
Yes, we are.
But everything I played, man. And
that worked really well too. Like teaming up.
Yeah, you know what? Now that you mention it, Jez, it really did. Like, I knew exactly where to go. I knew how to get there. I didn't have to look up anything like, hey, how do I matchmake? How do I find my friends? There was when Path of Exile 2, I actually paid for the beta and played like 50 hours of it. And when I was trying to play with Wara or Steven, trying to find somebody and link up with them was absolutely insane. It was horrendous. And so, like, having that ease of use in the game, I think they did a great job of that. And so, Henry, you were talking about the close quarters. Oh, real quick, Voyager88, thank you so much for the gifted membership. El Nini got sniped. Speaking of Battlefield. And that changes our member goal from 10 to 9. Thank you so much, Voyager. I appreciate that. So you were talking about close quarters. Is it literally just like everybody's in a small area and y'all are just going all the way around and killing each other?
It's like the traditional Call of Duty, kind of like how they have like TDM or headquarters or capture the point type mode. Yeah. It's like that. So I was playing that just to kind of get a.
I need to try that again.
Yeah, you do. It's tight. It's tight because like I said,
you got the destruction too.
Just you said destruction.
Yeah, you got the destruction too. Like it adds cool when playing domination. Like you could take out the buildings and snipers on the roofs and stuff like that.
Yes,
cool.
it's bro, you gotta check it out because it's a lot more. I want to say it's not. I don't want to say contained. I feel like that's a bad word, but it's not as. It don't feel as arcadey as how Call of Duty feel. You know what I mean? You can still be, tactical, and you don't have all these different the 3 sprints. You can sprint regular, tactical sprint, and all this slide bunny. You can't do all that. So it's like a more grounded, which I like. You know what I mean? I like that. That's more grounded. But it's still chaos. But
it's still chaos.
Less annoying in my opinion, just less annoying. You know what I mean? And I had some damn good fun on there. I had put a video of it up, but yeah, I'm gonna play a lot of that this weekend, in between like linking up with the homies and playing some Conquest. Because like I said, not to downplay that mode. That mode is lit. You know what I mean? That mode is pretty lit. But I just wanted to check that out.
Yeah, that's really, really cool, dude. And yes, Jez, you were talking about the destruction of everything. That was one of the big things that really impressed me about this game. And when I was talking about it in the video I did, I found myself saying things, and then I was like, you know what? I need to let folks know that I've not really ever played these titles before. So I was like, I don't know if this is normal destruction level for these games. I don't know if that's been around for the past 2 titles. I have no freaking idea. But I do know that the presentation that they used in Battlefield 6 and the way the destruction is and the way the dust and smoke and fires and everything is around and the way it all interacts with the environment, the way they handled all of that is absolutely awesome. And it looks cool as hell.
Yeah, there's a lot of density and destruction, not just building facades coming down, but just normal stuff that you would think, like chairs in the alleyways, inside the houses. There's things inside the house like tables and glasses and things like that all kind of have their own physics and break as well. There was one instance where I was in the building and there was grenades going on outside, and the actual the chandelier was shaking and making the shadows go around. It was pretty crazy that the detail carries inside to the buildings as well. The destruction in here has been what EA has done in the previous Battlefields is that they have kind of had these kind of gimmicks or these kind of level changing things, which I thought were pretty cool. But the last one, they did weather and stuff like that, weather effects, and it really wasn't very effective. And the damage had been toned down a lot, and the maps were much more of I gotta walk a mile to get to where the action is. These maps are much more denser, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of intensity, and detail was the big thing. There's so much detail, and with the level of destruction and how smooth it's running, and with how many players are on the screen in the game at once, it's pretty incredible. It's pretty great that it works so well.
Yeah, that's tight too, because usually you playing a game like that, you die if you don't have a teammate that's in or close to where the action going on.
Yeah,
you gotta go for a nice little stroll to get back to the action.
Exactly. And the last game, remember, you called in your aircraft, you called in your hovercraft, or it was silly. The last one, you had your robot dog.
It's tight though, because you get back to the you get back to the fun.
Yeah, and the loading is incredible, because remember how long loading took in previous Battlefields. You would go out of the map, wait, then spawn and get in there, and by the time you got to the action, you were just and then somebody would snipe you, and you'll be like, oh, gotta do it again. There's nobody around
gotta
me.
Do it all over again. Yep.
Now, let me stop there. In this game, I did not feel like it, especially Conquest, because Conquest has always been those big, massive battles where they're just and even the map where it was outside on the Siberia map, which was in the snow and on the mountain, that one was much more open. I didn't feel like it was like those previous Battlefield maps where you're just trying to there was always something there in action. The vehicles move real fast. They even have vehicles that are just kind of just chilling out on the map. It's not all you have to spawn them from your home base. They actually just have there was just a buggy just waiting there, in one of the things that you could just jump in, which is awesome, because traditionally they like somebody would have to spawn it. Like you have to spawn it in or get it at the your home base or whatever.
Yeah, there was the map that you're talking about is actually it's the only map that I felt was a little unfair because I played a short range class and that map favors snipers like nobody's business because it's so massive and the corridors like there's no good place.
Move through the right side with the buildings, man.
Yeah, but and that's the other thing. You got to play. You can't just run around like this in Call of Duty style. Like you got to cover, peek around. You could have peeking now. You could plant. You could do you could create cover and you could mount on cover, like mount over cover and peek around. So you got to move with some strategy. You can't just be running straight up because somebody's gonna get you. There's too many people.
Yeah, they will, and the snipers will tee off on you. So I because at first I was kind of doing that, but then I was noticing like, man, all these snipers on this side because it's so open. So I started moving around through the right side where the buildings and houses and you had a decent amount of cover on that side, and it was less snipers because obviously they didn't have the vantage point to be able to take advantage of. So it was a lot more close quarters type of fighting in that area, which was tight. You know what I mean? So you whatever class you pick or however you want to play, you also got to keep in mind the layout of the map. You know what I mean? So it's certain areas of the map you're just not going to be effective in. So some people they will patrol a specific area on the map, and then that's where they get all their kills and whatnot at. So it's just a matter of just learning the map.
That's the way that Cairo became for me. Like Cairo became, I knew what houses I could go into and grab a couple kills. Like that's the map that I did above a 1 KD for the first time in Battlefield 6. Enjoyed that, and it was because there was literally a room that I could go into, and it was when you went in, it had stairs up to another area and then a little hallway that went around and stairs up to another room, and you could always catch somebody in between those two sets of stairs just sitting there, and there was always somebody who would dumbass come down the stairs and look at you and they'd get shot. And so like I knew that I could grab 1 or 2 kills in there every single time, and that was my favorite map because it felt like it was the right size and it favored kind of my class a little bit better and my gun a little bit better. But
and that's another thing too about with it being so many people. Like with less people in a situation like that, people will just memorize that you're there, and they will either come in and kill you quickly or just take another route. With it being so many people, you might not have killed them yet. You know what I mean? So they don't know you there, and so they'll just keep feeding on in there, and they give you an opportunity to collect some more kills.
And everybody can revive too. That's another good thing too to get you in the game. Yeah. I like that.
Even though they won't.
They won't. Some people won't. Yeah, and things like that. I know.
That's why you stick with your squad, man. That's why you just stick with your squad.
I don't think people realize that everybody could heal. I think they're just waiting for a medic to use a defibrillator, but because it does take time out. But I like that you could drag. Like you could drag them out, like you could drag them out of, because like it was the worst when they're just sitting there. Because what would happen is that like a sniper or somebody would take out somebody, and then they would just wait for somebody to come try to revive them, and then they'll take out that person, and it's like a trap. So like what's cool too is when you're down, you could tag people. You could tag the person that killed you. You could still hit L1 and tag people while you're down, which is pretty cool. You can help your team out. And also
when you're down, you can do what?
I would spam the shit. You do L1, man. You tag people. You show where they are.
You can show them like where they are.
Yeah, and you can tell people where to go with
L.
You hold L1. You get points for it too. Like if you are the team leader, you could show like Conquest Site B, highlight it, hit L1, tags it, and like you getting points because you initiated as you're capturing it. You get points because you directed them to do it. Also tagging people too. So like, and I love that, speaking about speed and stuff, like it's great that they, added the grenade to like R1, where the grenade in the other game was like, you had to switch to it with the D-pad and stuff. So they really did a great job. The controls are great. And I do like that you could, every class could use every gun. So I was rolling as a sniper, a scout with all the C4 and stuff, but I had an assault rifle, which is great. Because I would never use the sniper class because I'm not good with sniper rifles. I want to be assault, but I want the C4. I want the respawn thing. I want the tracer and all that other stuff. And I auto tagged people too by just looking at them as a scout. It's a passive ability. And I like that all those were available to me, but I don't have to compromise and you have to use a sniper rifle. Like, you know, they do have that game mode though.
But they also
you can lock
like
them.
in order to like promote people to use the main weapon, you get like certain benefits. I think the medic, if you use the SMG that it's supposed to use, you get like a hip fire bonus or some kind of bonus. I forget.
Suppression, maybe suppression bonus. I don't know.
I think suppression was for which one starts with the LMG? I think the one that starts with the LMG.
Support, the one.
Well, that might be it. That might be a medic.
Yeah, I think support gets the LMG, the medic gets the SMG, and the assault gets the assault rifle.
Okay. Yeah,
I think that's right.
But you know, you get different bonuses for keeping the class gun and using that, which is tight. But I didn't because I threw it.
And I like how you could customize the guns too. Like that's Call of Duty style. They took the point system from like kind of Call of Duty. Like how to how you mod the gun. Yeah, to add the things to the gun and stuff, which is really cool as well. Yeah, and I know that there's probably definitely some abilities like the sledgehammer and things like that they haven't even shown us yet that you could have for some of the abilities there because they because the ones that we have I thought were really great. Like I like the C4. I like that I could create a spawn point. Like it was really cool, like creating a spawn point and you know, and then having the grenades, the incendiary grenades. There's gonna be a lot. Like it's really cool.
Yeah,
and I'm glad they got rid of the whole hero stuff.
Oh, so
sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. So one of the things that I really enjoyed about it, and because y'all had mentioned it earlier when you were talking about like what kind of bonus it was giving y'all, and one of y'all mentioned suppression. And one of the things I really enjoyed about the game, it had one hell of a feedback loop. Like this is probably what made me play. Like my wife came out at one point the last night of the beta and was like, "You've been playing for 3.5 hours." And I was like, "I've been what? What time is it?" Like, I've been what? Okay. And so, like, I got off and went to bed. But like, it literally gave such a good feedback loop because every time you did something, if you threw a grenade into a group of people and it didn't kill a single one, but maybe it stunned 3 of them, it would give you a suppression thing where it said 3 suppressed. Yep. Really good feedback. Like, hey, and so here. Y'all are going to think this is stupid. I really suck at these type of games. I really, really suck. So it's nice when the game gives me that kind of feedback because it lets me know that even though I'm probably going to die in 2 seconds, I'm doing something to affect the other team, and maybe my shooters who are actually good at these games can go get some easy kills off of me suppressing them or me firing into a ledge to distract a sniper for a sec. Like, it gives you that feedback that's non-kill confirmed feedback, and I thought that was really, really well done. That to me,
I even suppress people by knocking buildings down. It gives you like suppression bonuses. Like I killed people with buildings falling down, like the front of the buildings. Like I got crusher kills, things like that. Because I was blowing up all those buildings. Because that's so cool. It's like you could just like C4 or rocket launch the front of a building and you'll see like all the rubble and stuff come crashing down in the streets, and like it kills people fighting at the bottom.
Or you'll be going next to a building, and half of it'll fall off, and you're like, "Oh shit, I can go through here now." Yep. Like you just opened up a new pathway.
Exactly. Yeah.
Go ahead, Henry.
Yeah, I was just agreeing with y'all that because I like to use the LMG, and so I'll be like in the prones, laying down fire, and then you just get the plus 2, the plus 3, the plus 1, the plus. So you constantly, even though you're not getting kills, you still building up your points, and because I will obviously don't get points for that in Call of Duty, but It's just something to keep you engaged with the game. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And there's no
Because
streaks, like people trying to stack
yeah,
kills.
bro.
Like,
Yeah.
so it's just
Because
people playing.
that can be annoying, especially if it just like in the like the 8v8 modes or 10v10 or what have you. Sometimes you're on a bad team and it's like extra punishing when people on the other team just streaking away and they got UAVs, they dropping missiles, they dropping all kind of stuff on you, and you trying not to be that guy that
it
quit
really
in the middle of the
snowballs.
game, but,
Exactly. They're just
you know,
piling on everything. Like,
Yep.
yeah, it is annoying.
That's
And you find out at the end of the game that it's only like the top 2 players that just stacking and just getting all the. It's not even like the whole team. It's like just like 1 or 2 guys in the game that just got like 30 and 50, 30 and 5 or something like that, and because they just kept calling choppers in, and then that stacked.
yeah,
Like, yeah, and you know how Call of Duty is, man. People find those recipes of what perks and what stuff to give them those type of like things. Like, yeah. It's just, yeah, Call of Duty, and I said, I don't know if it's on the topics about like what Call of Duty has to face now with this, and seeing some of the stuff going on with it.
Supposedly, Call of Duty says they're not worried that Call of Duty is too big to fail.
Mm-hmm.
Too big to fail. Steam number. Okay, here's why Call of Duty should be worried. So it's not on the docket per se, but we were going to get there because of the next part of the topic. So, real quick, Battlefield Beta Part 2 is this weekend. They're adding 2 more maps, and they are going to be doing what is where the home screen is, where you get to pick your different areas, or different game modes, rather. They're going to be kind of rotating that out, with Conquest being the first, which this past time it wasn't first. Conquest was like the 3rd one, I believe. But they're going to be doing Conquest first and then rotating out the 2nd choice and the 3rd choice. The reason why is because they're trying to get a feel of what people are actually going to be playing and what they want, and they want to keep moving it. That way you don't have a bias where, they play the 2nd one right next to Conquest just because it was right there. So I think that's really cool. It's a good idea. See what people are playing. Don't spend time on game modes that nobody wants or nobody's going to touch. Like, if 90% of your player base is in Conquest and the other 8% are in closed quarters and 2% are spread across the others, you might need to start cutting some of the others. And it sounds like that's what they're trying to, plan for. They're trying to be proactive in. And so I do like that. I like that approach.
And it has Portal too, dude. Like, the Portal, like where people can create their own games and maps and stuff, like their own game modes and stuff like that. That's going to be awesome. Like Forge, basically.
Right. It's freaking nuts. Like this, they're doing everything that they needed to do. And one thing that I'll say about this is that if it launches, like I said, the way that it played this past beta, if it launched like that, I think that would be a success. They have a whole month and a half to polish the shit out of this thing. And so it's they do need to nerf the shotgun. I should not fly 35 feet in the air when I get shot with a shotgun. I just shouldn't. That's not normal. That's not natural.
I think that's funny.
It's fun.
I think that's funny, bro. I see clips, man. It's like they go cartwheeling through the air. I'm like, right, yeah, that's funny.
That's awesome. Go flying in the sky.
It was comical because we were, funny enough, Wooly, Ace, and I were talking about the shotgun, and I was like, guys, I don't even see anybody running it. And no more than 5 seconds later, I take a corner, and somebody comes around a stack of whatever it is, that one of those like Michelin tire looking stacks. They come around there, and I'm stuck in the corridor now, and they hit me with a shotgun, and I just go flying through the air. And I was like, wait, what the hell did they hit me with? I went freaking flying. What was that? And Ace is dying laughing, going, that was a shotgun. It's like, okay, got it. So we do have.
They probably will turn that down a little bit.
just a little.
I'm sure. And they got a whole month. I thought you were gonna say until Call of Duty comes out, or like about a couple of weeks. So I wouldn't be surprised they have something like up their sleeves to launch like around Call of Duty launches, like a new.
It's gonna be
mode,
a story demo.
They're gonna do maybe they'll. I don't know when their battle royale's coming out. Their free to play battle royale. I don't know, but like, I could see them as something like, because it's coming out before Call of Duty. Like, and that's the thing too. Like, it's pretty crazy that we are going to be playing 2 full weekends of an open beta before we even see what the Call of Duty is going to be, or like what the unique multiplayer feature is going to be, or whatever like that. It's going to be, it's tough because Call of Duty, people are going to have like a lot of people getting their hands on this game for full weekends with all the modes and hands on playing it. And Call of Duty is really going to have to impress, and it's going to be tough when it's a sequel to a already, game, from last year.
Yeah. First of all,
Black Ops 7.
I did not know. Were you saying Battlefield is getting a free?
No, Battlefield gets they're getting a battle royale. That's what that other team was working on.
Like a free battle royale? Interesting.
I think it's free.
Okay. Because that was actually okay. So that's my thing. So Jez, are you there day one on this?
Oh hell yeah.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna be there day 5, whatever it is. I don't know. I don't even know if it's part of EA Access, but I'm buying it regardless of it. I'm
gonna be there a day early. That's what Jez said. He said, "I'm not day one. I'm a day early." Okay.
Whenever it comes out, I'm getting it. That's gonna be like I'm gonna live in that game. Also, I'm excited for Borderlands as well. So like those are my shooters. Like I'm ready to go.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about Borderlands.
Yeah, Borderlands comes out September, and then this comes out October. So. Man, that's why I said Call of Duty, dude. They're gonna put the big duty in duty.
It sounds like
they got an uphill battle.
They got a big uphill battle, and that shit's in Game Pass too. Second year in Game Pass, and they already got like these other first-person shooters breathing up their ass.
Oh man! Hey, Outsider Gaming Night, why don't you join the squad this next weekend instead of just being a keyboard warrior? Come on. He said he was the one that shot me with the shotgun, that he has a bounty on me now. So, okay. Shit. We're going to...
Yo, did you steal anybody's dog tags? I did a couple of dog tags. I stole those.
No, but
like, if you melee them from behind, you take their dog tag, and you get their tag. You get their name.
So somebody who we were playing with was like, yeah, you can grab their dog tags and blah, blah, blah. And I just thought that he meant like just kill them with melee. And so I finally killed a person.
Yeah, you got to melee them from behind. No, you got to it's an assassination kill.
You got to get
the things
behind.
They never added to Halo. They said they were going to add them, assassinations, but they never did. God. So
look at that. Okay, so everyone who just saw that on the stream, you just saw a shock spring shoot out from underneath a Humvee. That's awesome. Like that they would even think to put that level of detail in there where the shocks are fucking coming apart. That's really cool. Like that's not just, hey, we blew up something and here's particle effects. That's like, hey, we went down and designed this and drew this and put it in the game, and that's really cool. Sorry. The destruction is really something special in this, and it's really fun to watch. And I'm ADHD as a son of a gun, and I saw a squirrel. So that happens too. All right, so on to Call of Duty and why they should kind of be worried, and here's why. Let me pull this up real quick because the numbers for Black Ops, damn it, that's twice now. The numbers for Battlefield were absolutely nutty, and here it is. So the Battlefield 6 shooter beta Q shows just how hungry we are for a real shooter. 521,079. So 521,079 people. Those 79 people shall not be forgotten. All-time peak for Battlefield 6 beta. That's impressive as hell. Like, that's impressive. I can't say anything else other than that. And
those are more of a rival numbers right there.
Those are stupid numbers. So, and if I'm not mistaken, let's look at something.
Call of Duty better have some free beta like that weekend. Like they better not do like give everybody pre-order and get access to the beta. Like they better not put it behind no pre-order. This thing didn't have that. Okay, so this thing was just free, man.
Yeah, 521,079 people. And there are still currently 4,118 in the app. You can't do shit in the app right now. And there are still people inside of it. That's a bit weird. That's a bit fucked up. Like, y'all need to do something better with your time. That's a bit weird. So let's look at this. Let's pick one. What's What's the newest one? Black Ops 75? What is it? What's the newest one? What's the newest Black Ops? Anybody?
Black Ops 6.
It's Black Ops 6.
Because
Okay.
they're going to do
Black
Black
Ops
Ops
6,
7 this year. Which, yeah, that's another problem. You know, and they're already, oh my God, did you see what leaked today in Black Ops? That now 3 of the maps from Black Ops 2 is going to be in there, man. Oh, they're putting old ass maps in there. I'm like, oh, man. I'm telling you, they screwed everybody with Modern Warfare 3 when it was just a campaign and some some map pack stuff. Like, this better be a full on game, like, and not no kind of like piggyback off of 6 like they did with Modern Warfare 3. But again, they're in deep shit anyway. Like, I think they're in deep shit already by just doing Black Ops 7. Like, again, I thought Microsoft was supposed to make them better and reinvent Call of Duty and fix it and make Call of Duty better and take it away from grubby, Big Booty Bobby's hands. There we go. Ever since they wanted to acquire, I said this on my show, ever since they wanted to acquire Activision, and Activision's been in that acquisition thing, we've gotten back-to-back sequels. We got Modern Warfare 3 after Modern Warfare 2, and now we're getting Black Ops 7 after Black Ops 6. And remember, the rumor was that they were going to skip a year of Call of Duties. Well, ever since Microsoft said we're going to buy Activision, that year that they had on the courts, we got a sequel, Modern Warfare 3. We always got a different Call of Duty every year. It was always like either World War II, then Advent the Future, and then Modern Warfare. Then we went back again. And then they always rotated them out, and very rarely did we ever get a back-to-back. And Modern Warfare 3 was just like DLC for $70, and now they're doing it again. So there you go, Microsoft. Everybody's like, don't blame. Why we always blame Phil and Xbox? It's dude. I'm telling you, because ever since they said we're gonna buy Activision and that whole thing was going on with the lawyers and all that stuff, we got Modern Warfare 3, and now that they owned them. Now again, Black Ops 7, back-to-back sequels of the same game franchise, the same part of Call of Duty, since they've been involved in trying to get them. Never had.
They don't still have all the separate teams to make the Call of Duties anymore, do they?
No.
I don't even know the way they got it set up anymore, but it seemed like Activision had it on rotation. Like, you'll get a Treyarch one, you'll get a Sledgehammer one. You'll get an Infinity Ward one. You'll get now we got, you're right. I think we got them all just mishmash now. It's like, well, Sledgehammer's working with Raven and Infinity Ward, and I don't even know what they're doing. But it's really weird seeing Black Ops 7. And on top of that, Phil had it as one more thing during his showcase. The balls on him, man.
Bruh.
The balls on that guy. Well, those balls are going to shrink right up because he got one ball going to get kicked because of Battlefield, and the other ball is going to get kicked because of Borderlands.
Yeah,
2 nut shots.
2 nut shots. Okay, so here's how much Battlefield 6 and here's how much Call of Duty should be worried. Battlefield 6 beta. The fucking beta. Y'all need to realize that I am not the norm, okay? Most of the time, betas are played by people who already are into the franchise. They're not normally gonna attract people like me, at least on the first one. Next week, they might attract a lot of newcomers because of word of mouth. Yeah. But like, that's not this past weekend. This wasn't for me. This past weekend was for it's just Henry's, for your Voyager 88s, for the guys that play these type of FPS shooters all the time. And so with that being said, the beta eclipsed Call of Duty as a whole. Every title, all of the games, not a single one had more concurrent players at its peak than Battlefield 6 did. For a freaking beta. Xbox and Microsoft are smelling their own farts. Like
$80 billion.
They are literally
$80 billion farts.
They are literally they're literally the South Park episode with the Prius drivers where they get out, they crack one off and shove their head between their legs and smell their own farts and think they smell like roses.
And Sony got the marketing of Battlefield also. They even had exclusive skin, some exclusive skin
yeah.
with the beta, dude.
Holy crap! I have my
Not
notifications
a
turned off. Whoops.
not a $10 bill spent. Sony didn't spend anything. Phil spent $80 billion to get Black Ops 7 after Black Ops 6. Like, oh shit.
Oh my goodness! Real quick, Stephen Leon. Holy crap! Hey, you just gave 10 gifted members. I really appreciate that. You hit us over our goal, which means directly after this stream, y'all will get to join me for Lies of P Part 2. And we're going to go ahead and dive back into that game. I haven't found a way to sell my pants off yet, so everything seems to be going great. Also, shout out to Stephen Leon. He actually sent me a package the other day, and it came in today. Got a whole video opening of it. It's going to be a little different than any of the normal content y'all have ever seen on the channel, but it'll be fun. And yeah, so shout out to Stephen. It was great.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
We will see that once the video is posted. It's already recorded. All the audio was already done for it. And we'll hope it came out good because I've recorded it not using proper recording equipment for box opening. So we'll see how everything worked. But yeah, so thanks, Steven. Appreciate it. And all of those people who just got a membership will be getting their names next week down at the bottom. And for the next month, you will see your name scrolling down here as just an appreciation for you being part of the channel. Thank you so much again. Okay, so y'all understand what that means. They believe their own hubris. They're finally they're in this position where they feel like, I don't know if it's because of the shift they made or if it's because these are the things that were just in the pipeline during that transition and if it's going to end up getting better, but which it probably won't. Like, I'm not trying to cope for them or anything like that. Like, it's crazy to see them make poor decision after poor decision and constantly get beat up by other publishers. And sure, they can hang their hat on they're the #1 publisher on PlayStation for the calendar year 2025. Congratulations. But all of your titles are declining. And
it's a fact.
So great. You're selling more than other publishers on the PlayStation. You're also releasing a lot of slop, and you're also throwing a lot of things out there to kind of, what's Jez always say? Oh, chum the waters. And
chum the waters.
And just push it out and push it out and push it out. And it...
Yo.
Go ahead.
Have you seen them release so many games in such a They had dudes waiting 2 years with no games, no launch titles. And, dude, they're dropping Forza the same week as the secret stealth drop of Oblivion, and then they got they just dropped Hellblade 2, man. It is like somebody had to take a dump and they just released it all. They're just shitting it all out, man. I can't. They let people wait from 2018, tell them that it's coming. I'm excited about what I didn't announce. They made these Xbox guys starve outside with begging Phil for Phil, just show us the games, buy some studios, dude. And now they're just throwing everything out there.
They're canceling games left and right. Games. It's bad.
Bro, I just can't believe how long they let people wait for games, and now they're just throwing them out, releasing them. They're gonna run out, man. Cause what are they And what else are they gonna release?
But it's that attitude, though. It's that attitude that they have where they're like, man, nothing's wrong over here. Everything's fine. We're good. Call of Duty's too big to fail. Listen, I know that y'all are now in a position where you have Bill Gates, Daddy Bill's money backing you, but on some level, you gotta know that you can't go into the boardroom, or which we're gonna talk about that later, but you can't go into the meeting room and go, guys, listen, I know it looks shaky. I know Battlefield 6 right now kicked all of our asses in the beta. I understand that, but hear me out. Just trust me. It's gonna be okay. We got it. We are too big to fail. Call of Duty's a powerhouse. They're going to look at you and go, well, your powerhouse is getting outsold by Black Ops 6 still. So what do you do at that point? What do you do when it comes out and it's Modern Warfare 3 all over again? Or it's Call of Duty Vanguard all over again? What do you do? What do you do when it's Black Ops 4 that didn't really sell that well because you took the entire campaign and story out of the damn thing. And like people like me were like Call of Duty Black Ops fans because of the story campaign mode. I loved it. And then that always led me into playing 20, 30 hours in the multiplayer side. But instead, you get away from that and you just make it a fully multiplayer shooter when you already had Warzone. Like, stupid ass decisions like that are, and this was before Microsoft bought them, by the way. Like, stupid ass decisions like that have been taking Call of Duty down a path that has left the door open for a freaking predator like Battlefield 6 to come in and actually give them a run for their money. I'll be quiet now, Jez. You seemed like you wanted to say something.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, like, it's they really need to show what this Call of Duty is. I think they held on to it too much. They should have shown like some multiplayer trailer or something at the June showcase. I think they're kind of milking this somewhat. I feel like waiting to show any kind of gameplay until the end of August. Like I think it's a little. I don't know. I think they should have had some sort of gameplay shown or something like that, and not that movie trailer that they had during the show. Because remember last year they had a whole Black Ops was the kind of what Outer Worlds 2 was. So by June it was a whole deep dive of Call of Duty last year because that's what the extra thing was. This year they didn't do it. They did Outer Worlds 2, but had nothing for Call of Duty. And this happened to be the year where Battlefield's coming out, and they're already getting the momentum of the shooter where they want to be. And like I think Call of Duty is gonna I don't think it's gonna be like the same people are gonna play Call of Duty. They're the same dudes that want to do the kill streaks and the multiplayer and that. But I do think that and it's gonna be hard because last year was a pretty complete Call of Duty. We really need to see what this one is because people, like I said, got screwed with Modern Warfare 3. They may just check this one out in Game Pass, do the campaign, and call it a day. Maybe they get better Game Pass numbers on it because people are not going to buy it. I don't know, but they really need to explain that this game is going to be a complete Call of Duty and not like Modern Warfare 3, where it's going to be a bunch of maps remastered, a campaign, and a new zombies map, and really. What is the is OmniMotion not in this one, or do all the guns carry over? Like, because that's what Modern Warfare 2 to 3 did. Like, there's a lot of, or is this a brand new one, like how it should be? So I don't know, but there's competition, and Microsoft is resting on their laurels again. Yep. They did not take Call of Duty and do what Battlefield 6 is. See, Battlefield 6 got they learned from the other one, and now they're doing what Call of Duty needs to do, is kind of drop it last gen, do a full kind of like redo, maybe a different engine, maybe a better engine, a modified engine, and kind of rebrand it and put it back. And I don't know when they're going to do that because I just think Microsoft is going to be on cruise control like they were with Minecraft.
Yeah, and yeah, that's Henry. You got anything?
But that's
to
what
add?
they needed to do. The Call of Duty.
I think they could. You know what I mean? Like Jez said, though, like the people who buy it are going to buy it. But, the Omni movement was supposed to be the big thing, last year. And the hype for that didn't last. It felt great, but the hype just didn't last. And year over year, sure, tons of people still buy Call of Duty. But they stick with it for less time each time. You know what I mean? I think people, are kind of just sick of being, treated the way Call of Duty been treating them, even with the attitude of, Call of Duty too big for it. No, it's not. Once upon a time, World of Warcraft was the biggest MMO. Once upon a time, Overwatch was the biggest, multiplayer game. It come a time where the bill come due, and if you don't treat the consumer right, and give your players what they want, then they're gonna move on to play something else. And at this point, if you are, because what they had for like the last few years is, if you wanted a military shooter, a military first-person shooter, you had to go to Call of Duty. You really didn't have any other options for like a AAA, big budget style shooter, And even inside Call of Duty, it's different modes you can engage. You can play gun game, you can play zombies, you can play Warzone, you can play ground war, you can play. It's a lot of stuff in there, so that kind of can pacify a gamer to a certain point, because if they're not happy over here, they can just go over here. but still remain inside the same game. You know what I mean? But now we got Battlefield 6 right around the corner, and the quality is there. You know, the modes are there. You know, the funability is there. You know, it's got all the same stuff that the Call of Duty got. They got somewhere to go now, so I think Call of Duty gonna be in trouble this year. You know, and I mean, sure, they might get a Game Pass boost, but ultimately, what does that mean? You know what I mean? That don't mean nothing. You're gonna get a boost, they're gonna play the campaign, put that joint down, and pick up Battlefield 6. If all your friends on Battlefield 6, you're not gonna stay on Call of Duty by yourself. You know what I mean? So
Let me ask you
think
this then, because if y'all two, so here's where I think they have the biggest struggle and the biggest problem facing them, because that player count number is 521,000. Some of those had to come from playing Call of Duty, to come over, check out Battlefield 6.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If Call of Duty can make a big enough impact on that, and maybe the next demo or the next beta does the same or relatively close to the same number, and then they do another like story demo, which is what I think they'll do in between now and then, is give us a little story taste, little story demo. That's at least what I hope. But if they do that,
Battlefield 6.
yeah, for Battlefield, yeah. So if they do that, then I think they're going to be poised to put a pretty decent sized dent, and then it becomes what Jez talked about earlier, where we don't know how they're going to handle the longevity, how they're going to make sure to keep extending the life of the game, because yeah, they have all these different modes and everything, but eventually people just trap into like one or two modes, really. Like you do your, like you said, your TDM and then Conquest. That's it. Or you like the hard point, and once you get in the hard point, you go over and you do like hard point, Conquest, and maybe occasionally you do a little bit of the close quarters. But like most folks are going to get there and get their mode, and then the question becomes, how do they retain that to where that person, that Call of Duty defector, so to speak, doesn't just go back to Call of Duty, other than like, oh, it's time to go check out the newest skin or the newest gun, play it for a weekend, and then bounce right back to Battlefield. Battlefield's going to need to become that prevalent title, and they're going to have to take some of the crowd away from Black Ops 6 to do so. Y'all think I'm right or wrong in that?
I think, you know, it's a possibility. I mean, it's a possibility of that happening. You know what I mean? Because some people, there will be a percentage of people that buy both of them. You know what I mean? And they just bounce between each one depending on, you know, whatever. Let's say Battle Pass right here. Let's say I'm not too interested in what the Battlefield got, what the Battle Pass has to offer this season. You know what I mean? So I might play Call of Duty this season, earn up whatever I gotta go, and I bounce betwixt each of them. You know what I mean? It's some people that gonna do that, because if you like military shooters, you like military shooters. You know what I mean? And I don't think overall that would hurt, you know, Battlefield. You know, because like I said, some groups of guys would just migrate back and forth. You know, I play a lot of games as a service. No, not recently, but I play a lot of games as service, and you know, that's how I do. It's the idea that, you know, if you play a live service, then that's where you live, and you just play that one, and you don't play nothing else. But it's a certain percentage of guys that play multiple ones, and depending on what they got to offer, depending on the updates, depending on the nerfs and buffs, and I'm annoyed with it right now. It's a little too much hacking going on right now. So I'm gonna play this until they figure it out and it chill out. You know what I mean? But I don't think Battlefield need to chase Call of Duty players. You know what I mean? I think they just need to do what they're doing. You're gonna have some Battlefield players who dropped off of Battlefield during 2042, and now they see that they're going back to their roots and stuff like that. So they're gonna jump back in. There's gonna be some players. You're also gonna have some people like you who don't traditionally play this type of game, that's then checked it out and tried it and are not interested. So they gonna get a nice boost of players, and you know, if some people drop off, sometimes that happens. Sometimes people just drop off. You know what I mean?
Well, sure, you
It
can't
ain't
stay at the
really.
top forever. I mean, that's the point
Yeah,
of building up that core and making sure that that core is enough to sustain the business. And wrapping this back in, I think that when we were talking about Xbox and got back onto Battlefield, but I promise tonight's show was not just to glaze Battlefield. I promise you. But
I don't know,
going back
man.
to
In the
Xbox,
notes it said in the notes it said this is Battlefield only show, man.
this is
Yeah,
Battlefield
Battlefield
only. That's
only.
right. But when you start talking about
Battlefield or
Xbox
die.
and start talking about alienating your fan base, but also retaining enough of a core that kind of keeps you afloat and keeps you going, it's interesting when you start seeing what happened and you start seeing this transition that was made where Xbox players started realizing little by little that they were becoming second-class citizens. They started transferring over from Xbox over to either PS5 or to the PC, or sometimes both. A lot of times Xbox players have both in their place or in their house anyways. And so now you're in a position where all of these games are coming over, and Stephen Leon said it best with his 14 months. He said, funny thing is that all their games that they're bringing over to PS5 are better on PS5. He said are better there, but he meant are better on PS5. True Xbox fans are getting the
enhanced.
shaft
Oh,
like they are pooped on.
dude, it is not a lazy port, man. They are making sure that they're adding all the stuff they held out on their own console with. They're giving it to PlayStation. It is insane.
It's crispy. It's juicy.
It's juicy. It's enhanced. Even not even their own games, but like Stalker 2 getting like all that treatment. Like it's crazy.
Ouch.
that they're doing that. And one thing I was gonna say about the Call of Duty, I think they're gonna let to not lose, like we were talking about losing players. I think that's why they may do Black Ops 7 and have the Black Ops 6 like your guns and stuff like they did with Modern Warfare 2 carry over. So they try to retain those people not to go to Battlefield and kind of stay in the Call of Duty world. So like your progress, multiplayer progress in Black Ops 6 will carry over to 7. I bet you that's something that they announce like when they talk about the game, is because that would be a way to kind of keep people invested.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see if they do that. It might, because that might be one of the reasons why they just doing the sequels. Because even when you go off into like your Warzone, those guns carry over, so you don't have to start from scratch, re-earning, stuff. Even though like a lot of times,
but they could kind of keep people, drag them along for another year, and they maybe don't go and say, well, I'm going to just do Call of Duty. I'm going to do Battlefield this year because Call of Duty, I'm not starting another whole level again, I want to do something different. But that's the benefit that Battlefield has, is like it's not annualized. And they could easily just continue just adding to it. And like I never thought like Call of Duty was annualized, but they made it different in the fact, like I said, different developers were doing it. They would have their own spin. They would have their own kind of storyline with Advanced Warfare, Black Ops, Modern Warfare. So it was kind of like, even though it was Call of Duty, it was different versions of them. That's why we haven't had a lot of back-to-back sequels until Microsoft.
And the different developers, they like focus on different like kind of gameplay.
Yeah, like Treyarch, and even then there used to be Zombies, and then there used to be Spec Ops. I think for Modern Warfare tried to do their thing with Spec Ops, and then Treyarch's thing was Zombies, and then Sledgehammer, I guess, just did Zombies. Like Sledgehammer was always the down year. I always found.
Yeah,
that was always like the skip a year.
I did find it pretty cool that I can load into Black Ops 3 still and go play zombie mode and still match up with 3 other people and still have a fun time playing zombies. At least I could about a year and a half ago, the last time I downloaded it. But like,
that's a disaster too. The Call of Duty launch thing, like, oh my god, that thing, ridiculous. That thing, how many times, like I said, I didn't own the game, and I'm like, what a mess. That whole launch interface UI thing they have.
Yeah, where they tried to do the. It's like when you buy a trilogy, like the Ezio collection, and it has the main hub, and you select your game, and then you go to whatever game you picked.
Yep. Oh my god, that's so annoying. It's like a DVD menu.
Yeah, it's exactly what it feels like, and it feels so out of place in those collections.
Yep.
Oh man. Okay, so there was a big kerfluffle that went on online with Sarah Bond taking a board of directors position at Tyson. Mind you, the ex-governor of Arkansas is also on the board of directors at Tyson. So I started seeing this going around. I saw a few people post it. Somebody posted it in my Discord, and I was like, I've been on a board of directors. I kind of know how that position works, both in the nonprofit realm, which was where I was, but the only difference in the way the laws for it are handled are for-profit companies pay their board of directors, and, well, nonprofits, yeah, we didn't get no money. But all the laws and the bylaws, and there's so many things that you have to adhere to. Like, for all the goings-on of the nonprofit that I was on the board of for those 3 years, I can be held liable for some of the financial decisions that were made, because that's part of what the board oversees. They oversee the executives, they oversee and make sure that the executives are making good financial choices, and they provide a little bit of risk management, and that's why you get outside people to come in, people who have a good eye for stuff like that, and you do it from people across the country. You do it just, especially if you're big. If you're a massive company, you're going to want other Fortune 500 people on your payroll and on your board of directors to give that little bit of insight. Also, most of the positions are not full-time positions. Most of them are not, and that's both in secular and in nonprofit work. Most of your boards are not, they're not paying, or I'm sorry, they're not time-consuming. They're not, like, you're not going to be punching a clock for 40 hours a week being on the board of directors. You'll probably do one meeting a month, an annual meeting, and then with a company like Tyson, they probably do a couple biannual retreats or like a once a quarter they get together or whatnot. Normally, board positions rotate. So, like I said, Mike Beebe is on the board for Tyson right now. He's the ex-governor of Arkansas. And I believe that they rotate out and bring in others. There are some boards, like the board of directors for the WWE, that kind of stayed the same group the whole time. And it wasn't until they started trying to sell the company that they were like, we got to kill the board. We got to put people on the board that like are only siding with us. And yes, you can do that if you're trying to. It's a little shady, but the laws allow for you to do that. So seeing somebody get into the position of being offered and accepting a board of directors role absolutely does not mean that the lady is leaving Xbox. There's not even a slight snowball's chance in hell that that is a stepping stone to her being at Tyson Chicken instead of at Microsoft. Sad to say, that's not happening. So, if either of the other two guys want to add to that or have a separate take, I'd love to hear.
Nah.
Oh no! I mean, I seen
yeah, I know.
Tornado had posted it, and I seen the thing. It said Tyson, and I messaged him back. I said like the chicken,
Like the
you know
chicken?
what I mean? Because I didn't. You know what I'm saying? So because I don't care. You know what I mean? And then because he didn't, I'm not sure if they have a Tyson chicken where he lives, and I'm not sure he really knew what it was, and then he went on to do some research and you know, see what it was, and that's as far as I went with it. You know what I mean? I didn't really care. Like,
yeah,
like,
it is.
So the chat has a marketing idea for Xbox because of Sarah Bond now being on the Tyson Chicken board. You can make an Xbox Series C. You could make a Series Chicken, and now they could be the
Chicken.
Xbox with like a merged logo with a hawk head and a box, because hawks are kind of like
You're
chickens.
gonna make an air fryer.
So
Xbox air fryer.
You can,
it's a cooking box.
oh, you partner with KFC, who already made a gaming device that could cook a chicken.
Oh yeah.
And then then you slap Game Pass on it. It now becomes an Xbox, and we're off to the races, man.
Yo, Aaron Greenberg was so excited that he thought that they sold 3 million in Grounded 2. He was so excited about that chicken deal.
So excited about the chicken.
He's like, whoa! He was talking sales again. He was so excited that he was talking sales. Meanwhile, his players. He's like, we sold 3 million in Grounded 2. It's like, oops, how do I delete this? And he was so excited about the chicken. He's like, what? We got chicken. Sarah Bond just changed out Microsoft cafeteria. Dude, she's like, yo, we're replacing everything in the cafeteria with Tyson's chicken. Aaron Greenberg's so excited, he's talking sales again. Incredible.
Henry, what were you saying?
I was saying, you go buy a pack of Tyson chicken, you get a 3-month of Game Pass.
Hell yeah.
Oh my God. You know that's going to happen.
Yo, if that does happen, man. Yo.
Or now, instead of pancakes at the employee parties, Phil's going to be able to serve chicken and waffles. Think about that. That's
chicken
a party.
And waffles.
That's a party I want to be at. Let's go.
Yeah, that's a step up right there. That's a step up for real.
Let's go. If you listen, if you're a part of a company and they serve pancakes and you get a call from another company and the pay is relatively the same and they're going to serve you chicken and waffles, please do yourself a favor. Just go get the chicken and waffles. Just go.
Yeah,
just go. I'm taking it. I'm just give me a good chicken and waffle with a good Cajun seasoning on the chicken with the sweet syrup. Oh, hell yeah. Anyways, I'm going to need a fourth meal tonight. I'm getting hungry. Okay. So, yeah, I just wanted to cover that because, Lord help, I was seeing people who I know can read posting stuff, and I was like, this has to be engagement farming, right? Like, it really does. At some point, and then what sucks is one of these people posted something, and they got, like, 1 point something K views by the time I had seen it, and then one of the guests from the show, Game Logic, does this whole long explanation and like goes into the whole thing, and nowhere near the engagement. I'm like, man, that sucks. Like, find people on X and on your social medias who actually take the time to look at stuff objectively and not just overreact to every bit of news. Like, they're not going to send you an article that says, hey, your Xbox is going to explode from playing Final Fantasy 16. Don't fight Ifrit. It'll fry your liquid metal. It's going to drizzle all the way down your PS6 and your PS5, and then it's just going to break it. Like, don't listen to those people. Go find other people. Go find smarter people to listen to, please. I'm not even saying that's me. I'm just saying go find smarter people. Liquid metal.
Liquid metal, the T1000.
Oh my God. Okay. So we have effectively glazed Battlefield. We have talked about the other thing on here, which was gaming being fun again. Xbox chicken is cooked. We talked about that. Okay, so now, I do not cover games like this, but if you look in the news right now, outside of a few cool little rumors that I didn't really want to hit on, there's not really much. And so, with that being said, I found this article. We've been talking about Crafton a little bit because of the lawsuit, and their developer InZoe Studio will release life simulation game. Here, let me show this to y'all. Here we go. We'll release life simulation game InZoe for the PlayStation 5 in early 2026. The company has announced wish listing is available via the PlayStation Store. Crafton said an Xbox Series X release is also under consideration. It is under consideration. It's not even in the works. They are thinking about it. It is barely a little glimmer in their eye right now. So, you know what, Jez? Let's send this one over to you first. What has this under consideration? And the more important part, do you like games like this? Is this like an adult version of I just want to be
Sims.
in the world?
This is The Sims. No, so I saw this when it released on PC. A lot of people were streaming it. It basically it has such a crazy character created. People were creating themselves in it. But it's like The Sims, but it's pretty crazy that you have like towns and you have work. I don't know. It's pretty big on PC. But I don't understand, and I think we all understand. It's just they don't want to face it. I've never seen a generation of a console that's been like, we're celebrating 25 years and games are being announced, and Xbox is always like, we're thinking about it, we're working with them. Like, what was the other game that just came the last, like, a couple of weeks ago, where it's like, we don't know. Oh, it was the one from the guys that made Ori.
No Rest for the Wicked.
Yeah, another one where it's like, yeah, we're definitely getting the PlayStation one out. We got the other one out, but we're gonna talk to Xbox. Maybe we'll do it over there. Like, another one under consideration, and now there's this one under consideration. And listen, I don't know if it's because Xbox sort of like, they don't know where the console is heading and how Microsoft is going to forward compatible their stuff, because you got to think about it. If we're hearing rumors and stuff about this PC future and stuff like that, what Microsoft is doing, not only is the install base console slow, which is probably one of the major reasons why they're thinking about it, but what is Microsoft's future? Like, if you're going to develop for a console and then Microsoft doesn't have a plan to make that game playable with that, you're basically making it for a dead end, like a dead console. You might as well just keep it on PC, where eventually they're going to go. Why do I need to waste time? If you're going to go, Xbox is going to go PC. Why would I develop for Xbox if it's going to be on PC anyway, and that's where you want people to go? So you got to think, as a developer, is like, it's kind of like very kind of cagey on how Microsoft is going to, what their deal is with the console. And I do think that's why we might be seeing more of it, that people are just sort of like, well, we got to talk to Microsoft and see what's going on. It could be the Game Pass stuff, like their game may not sell that very well on there, and maybe they want a Game Pass bag. I don't know, but definitely the install base of the console is rather very small for 5 years in, being like, 25 or 26 estimated million. And PlayStation's at 80 million consoles, and you got Switch selling 5 million, Switch 2 selling 5 million, like, and that's just going to continue to grow. Like, and PC is huge. Like, you got to, as a developer, like, you're really going to spend time to work on a console it's the same thing that the original Xbox had to do. It had to fight tooth and nail to justify why they should get games and third-party support, and they're back in it right now. They went full circle, like, to the OG Xbox One, and they themselves don't even know what the future of the console is. Like, telling people to go to PC, and I'm thinking that this whole shift to PC may be like sort of like where these devs are like, why would I make it for a console that may be a dead end? And secondly, like, and that's why I still don't understand why people even excited for another console, knowing, oh, this is going to be the last one.
Yeah.
Are you going to go buy a whole bunch of stuff from a store that says we're closing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're only open for, this is our last store. Like, are you going to run in there and say, oh, I'm going to invest, and it's like, because you buy games in their digital library. Like, are you going to, like, remember the Blockbuster opens and it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to rent a whole bunch of, I'm going to, like, buy all these movies from here or whatever like that, knowing that they're only around, this is their last time.
Well,
like,
I'll do you one
how
better.
Confident?
It's like buying, so Sears was closing down a lot of their freaking stores, and they had everything on clearance. I had a buddy of mine got a freaking brand new refrigerator, double door, French door thingy for like $1,000. It was super, super cheap. Like, and it was like a $3,000 fridge. But the problem comes in is when you need to get it serviced or you need to get it worked on. Like, Sears is gone. Good luck finding who services that shit.
Like, who's buying from a digital storefront that may not have
you may not have access to.
Yeah, they're making a new console like this, and they haven't been very clear as to what that future is. I think they're trying to use this Play Anywhere thing, which devs don't want to do that. Why would publishers and devs want to give a game away for free? Why? Because Microsoft wants you, like, why would I do that? If I could have somebody buy on PC Steam and buy on an Xbox, I'd rather do that than give it to an Xbox person who then could get a free copy on the Xbox store on PC. So, like, as a publisher, why would you want to have people get that game for, like, buy once, get it twice? So it really is, like, it's just so crazy now. We're seeing this. It could be the S. It could be the extra development cost for, like, they have everything stacked against them. Low install base, install base that is used to getting games in Game Pass and not willing to just be buying tons of games, and also the lack of confidence in their store. Like, I would not buy stuff from an Xbox store right now because I don't know where that would be going. I would not invest and own 40 games in the next 2. Like, you look at all these games coming out, Borderlands, all these other ones that are not in Game Pass. Are you really going to start buying them from the Xbox store, not knowing what their future is? Like, if they're not Play Anywhere, where, like, are they going to say, well, you could just stream it via xCloud, but you got to buy xCloud in order to access your game that you own? Like, there's a lot of things that they're messaging again and not clear on, and they're just calling something an Xbox when it doesn't even have access to the 300 games in your library. So there's a lack. So now you got Game Pass that stopped people from buying cannibalized games. You got this uncertainty of where your library on the consoles go, this low install base, and you have them talking Xbox, but it's a PC, and they're going back and forth between Xbox PC and Xbox on PC. They can't even agree on it. Like Hellblade 2 went back to Xbox on PC, Xbox PC, when Microsoft was just marketing Xbox on PC, is what their store is. It's a disaster, man. They are. Who knows? Gamescom is going to bring a lot of entertainment. That's all I'm saying. I can't wait for a new Phil Ness interview. That shit's going to be stinking off the screen.
Henry,
but it's a mess. It really is. Like, I got 900 games on PlayStation, and I know they're going to work on PlayStation 6. So, like,
yep.
Like, you don't have that kind of roadmap for Xbox when you need to build a digital library, and they keep talking about it, but it's partial. It's like, is your library, some of it's in the cloud, some of it's Play Anywhere, some of it doesn't even work off the console at all because it's not in cloud. There's so many caveats, but then they go around and have the balls to call everything an Xbox.
Well, not to mention just that, like, they're reducing the staff at an alarming rate now. Like, there's rumors coming out that there's going to be another staff cut here in about a month or so. Like, if that
right
happens,
after Gamescom, do it again.
Like, so what are you going to do? You're going to show off games again and then cut them again? Are you going to make people excited for 8 years and cancel Perfect Dark? Like, there's all of these decisions that they're making, and Josh brought up a good point that kind of sparked something. He said Crafton was recently in business with Xbox buying Hi-Fi Rush. Now they consider them not a guarantee, which, if you look at the way that studio was done, that Tango Gameworks was done, like, and you start diving into, well, what did your metrics look like? And they show them, they're like, well, okay, and that, why? Like, it didn't make any sense, right? Even at the time, even all of us were like, everything hit just right. All of y'all said everything was great, and then all of a sudden the studio's closing, and they had a working Hi-Fi, or not working, but they had Hi-Fi Rush 2 in active development. Like, doing those decisions, all it says to the outside is, it seems like they're preparing for a shift. They're lightening up their load, they're cutting certain things, they're reducing the workforce by quite a bit, they're canceling games. It's like they're trying to make themselves a little bit more leaner, a little bit more nimble, to move away from something. And if that's the console, which it seems like it is, then yeah, like Jez said, why in the hell would you put your stuff over there in the first place? And if you see what, like, the install base is of an indie game like a Hi-Fi Rush, then what the hell are you going to do? You're going to look at it and go, well, like, I don't really want to put my IP over there and spend the time and energy because it's brand new, it's a niche market, and we see, like with Hi-Fi Rush, niche markets actually don't sell well over there, so we're just not going to do that. And so, like, that could be a factor. I'm not saying it is. But, Henry, what do you think about this, man? Xbox seems cooked as all get out. Like, what are you thinking?
I mean, I agree. I agree with what y'all saying, because if I'm a third-party developer, I'm not going to put the work, because I don't believe that, going on Game Pass. At one point, they probably had given out a hefty sum to go over there. I don't think that's the case anymore.
Yeah.
So since I'm not gonna get that guaranteed paper, why would I then waste time, money, and resources to create a port for your system when people are not gonna buy it? No way. I'm just gonna focus on the place where I know people are going. Well, I know I have the highest possibility of people, purchasing my game. Because if it over the Xbox, they're just gonna hop down in the comments. Will it be day one on Game Pass? And that kind of foolishness. So nah, I wouldn't waste the time. You know what I mean? Because you could spend that time, on polish. You could spend that time creating more content. And with this game in particular, like my wife, she had told me about this game like years ago, because she plays The Sims 4, and EA has already said they not keen on putting out another game, because they don't want people to. Well, they say they don't want people to lose all their content, which makes sense in a way. But at the same time, it's still kind of lazy. Like at this point, Sims 4 been out for centuries, man. Put out a new game, and I think it's kind of like you, where you got your Call of Duty verse Battlefield. It's a similar situation, because this game is gonna be directly competing with your Sims. You know what I mean? And like I said, a similar situation where you got people who kind of annoyed already. You got a player base who's annoyed and don't feel like they getting the proper attention they feel like they should be getting, and you have a new game coming in, and it's kind of giving the people what they want. And is it a game that I probably play? I might check it out, because I'm gonna get it, because for her, so I might check it out, foot dip here and there. But overall, it'll be a sale for them, and it'll get played in the house. So I do think, people who are fans of that type of game will, gravitate to this game here, and it being on play. If you got a console, it being on the PlayStation 5, which is now the default home console, it's a plus, because you're gonna make a little money guaranteed on the PlayStation.
Yeah, and with these type of life sims, I know they have the ability to do. They either are going to come out and do just amazing, or they come out and they do nothing. And the ones that do amazing, I never touch them, but I constantly see updates for them, skin packs for them. Hell, man, you couldn't turn on the PS3 or the PS4, I think it was, that had the Sims. Oh crap! When that new Sims 4, I think it was Sims 4. I don't know, whatever the new Sims game was that came out during the PS4, dude, they made skins and packs for that damn thing. It seemed like every time you turned it on and went to the store, it was like, look at this pack, look at this downloadable, look at this content. And so, and if this thing comes over and hits like it's been hitting, they're going to have a really good day on their hands. And Xbox is going to be sitting over there once again. You're going to hear people griping about it. You're going to hear people complaining about it. But I'm not going to complain that if they could have said that game was going to Xbox, and I'd been like, whatever, because that's not for me. But like, and
no,
I'm not.
But the thing is like we've been seeing this so many times. It's like Xbox is this uncertain place to put your games from a lot of these devs, and it's not even just like now they're thinking about the future. You're hearing about it rather than seeing what we saw with Baldur's Gate, what we saw with Black Myth Wukong. Like that, they're just like, yeah, that's not going to come until we have to work on certifications or optimizing the game. But now you're seeing these smaller devs and things like that going like, hey, we don't have enough people. Like Xbox is the last priority. We got to get it out on the big consoles and the big PC first, make our money, and then whatever we get from that, we'll do that for we'll put it on Xbox, but we'll see how it goes. And that's not a good for somebody who wants to build a platform and he wants developers to use their tools, and that's what he says, like, we want access to all devices no matter where you are. Like, you got to realize, like, even though Xbox is going away from their console sales and the way their console is in that market, they've always been for the last 8 years, like, just talking about this platform they still want to build in Game Pass and in Xbox on PC, their xCloud, which is probably a part of it. They want to attract developers to use their stuff. They want to bring them into their system because it's like, hey, you develop for us and we will distribute your game on all these devices with our services and our tools. That's the sales pitch that they've been building now. When you see developers and publishers and these games coming out and they're willing to just not put it on the console or do something like that, that hurts everything. That hurts their cloud. That hurts their platform vision, because now those games are not on their platform. They're on Steam PC. They're on Epic Store. They're on PlayStation. They're not in the Xbox Windows Store where Microsoft will make a cut of it. The thing is like, they have messed up so much that they now have lost confidence not only in the consumer to invest in their ecosystem, but for developers. And when you see developers second guessing and deprioritizing the Xbox console, you can imagine how bad it must be when you even see, like, when Chris Dring went to GDC, he goes, yeah, they don't know what to do. Like, they don't know what's going on with Xbox and what's this. Dude, they're not even, they already burnt bridges at the customer level now with sales, and you see how poorly the console is. People don't want to be part of their ecosystem. They'll say, hey, give me your game, but I want it where I play because I'm confident in my Steam store library. That's going to be there forever. My PlayStation store library. I don't know what you're doing over in your platform, but just give me your stuff and I'm going to buy it where I feel comfortable. And that's what the message that's been going on. I'll buy Forza over here. I'll buy Hellblade 2 over here because I'm not buying it in your store because I don't know where I could play it. I don't know what your future is, what you're calling an Xbox now. I don't know what the hell you are, but just give me the goods and I will buy them where I feel comfortable. And that's the future of them right now, but it's really destroying their vision of the platform that they want to build with PC, Windows on PC, cloud. And the biggest one is cloud. And this is my last point on this, is that if it doesn't build a platform that's beneficial for cloud and AI bullshit to be put in there, Satya will pull that friggin' plug and just nix this whole gaming shit in a snap of a finger. Because the only reason why it's around is so Satya could throw Copilot gaming bullshit AI at it. And I could use cloud and my Azure servers, and my cloud servers show that they're in use. If that platform doesn't grow, that nobody's using that shit, Satya will be like, Phil's even there anymore, shut it down. Sell off the assets. Do like what Tencent's doing. Sell off the IP. We have all this IP, give it to people, and you're going to start seeing people just like, oh, yeah, like how Midway sold off all their assets, like all their IP and stuff. Microsoft has all this IP. They'll start selling it off and shut it all down, because if it doesn't benefit Windows and AI, Satya doesn't want anything to do with it. He don't see money in gaming. He sees gaming as a window to throw his bullshit services at it. And that's why gaming has suffered so much under Xbox, and we make fun of it because they have lost the idea of making games, and it's more about how do I shove my Microsoft bullshit into this. And that's been their focus. That's why they've been misled. That's why they've been management. It's all because their reasoning for games is like it's a shell. It's a Trojan horse, as they say, for their AI and for their cloud. A game is a shell to transport the bullshit of their services. And once that stuff dries up, nobody's using it. Xbox is Satya will get rid of it. We don't need it. Hence why OEMs make hardware. It's easy to pull out, just like they pulled out of the headsets, those VR headsets. How easy was that to tell them to stop making those headsets? Microsoft, all they did was a virtual reality app, right? And they easily just last year, whatever, said, you know what? We're done with it. Delete the app in a Windows update, and we're done with that mixed reality bullshit that we had Samsung and Asus and HP making all HMD headsets for VR, because that's what they're going to do to VR. They're doing the same thing to the console. So all of a sudden, if it doesn't work out, Satya will be like, yep, Windows Update 15, Xbox app goes the way of the Groove Music, and OEMs, Just stop making it. We're done. And it's crazy, man.
So
crazy shit.
The way you were describing
Sorry.
something. No, you're fine. So when you were describing like the whole process of a developer putting a game onto Xbox, and then if the console's not going to be there anymore, why would they waste the time when they're already sending it over to PC, which is already So the thing that popped into my head was like, think about a long distance relationship with a girl, right? She lives in a whole nother state away from you. Okay, let's say you live in Texas and she lives over in Arizona. Okay? And she's begging you, move out, move out, move out, move out, waste all your money, invest your time, invest your energy, move out here to me. And the problem is what she's not telling you is that she's been applying for jobs in your hometown. And then you find out that she's been applying for jobs in the place where you're already working and you're already living. And you're like, wait, what? Why am I going to put my time and energy and effort into traveling my ass halfway across the country and coming to live with you when you're already applying for jobs here? That makes no damn sense. Like, and so that's just kind of off the wall, but like that's what popped in my head. It's like you're asking developers to spend their time and their energy, and I'm not talking about the big massive publishers, I'm talking about the littler guys, to spend their time and energy and putting it on a multi-platform approach for a platform that probably won't exist, and that from many accounts, because of the parity clause, is a nightmare to work with. Also, your back-end support was called out and put on blast 3 times last year.
Yep, that too.
For not reaching out to people. Black Myth Wukong, perfect example. Hey, it's not our fault. We have messages into their engineers and we haven't been responded to. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
That indie dev did the same thing. Remember, there's another dev that said the same thing. Phil had to email him personally.
Yeah, now that one got corrected really fast. Like that one.
Well, but they had to go public with basically like, I can't get my game certified or whatever like that. Like Microsoft doesn't answer me.
That's for that game in Natria.
Yes, that's the one. Natria.
The kind of Souls like type of game with the mask.
That guy, And again, these are not blockbuster games, but the thing is like that's not good PR for when you go to GDC and you want to get people to jump on your tools and your platform and stuff.
It's just it doesn't make any sense, and that's the mode that they seem to have been in, and that transition though I think is we called it, and Jez, you were smart enough to call this as well, but that's what Sara Bond was brought in for. This is what she did when she was at was it Verizon or T-Mobile? But this is exactly what she did when she came in and shifted everything, and she was there to navigate through that shift, through that change to their structure, to their pricing, to their models, to everything. And she was there during that. That's what she did. She restructured all their shit. That was her job and made people love it and actually brought T-Mobile back from the point of destruction. Like the woman knows what the hell she's doing.
Well, she came up, it was her idea about the whole streaming, unlimited streaming. Like, you know how they had, like, if you watch certain apps, wouldn't pull from your data plan. And it was like, you remember that? If you remember T-Mobile had, like, watch unlimited, like, Netflix at lower resolutions, like 720p, but it doesn't pull from your data. And that was her kind of call to arms with T-Mobile. Like, that's what she did. And, and people were like, oh, what do you mean we're going to give away free things? And it worked out because it got people to be tricked into just streaming and not realizing it. So then when they decided to increase the resolution, and that will now not be covered now, people were already in the habit of just streaming, watching movies on phones because everybody was hesitant at the time. People were hesitant to watch a show on what about my data plan? I'm paying all this money for data. And basically they made it where you should feel comfortable watching shows on your phone because this app, Netflix and this one and Hulu, and they started adding more apps, does not pull from your data. And that was her call to arms. That's like what she came up with. That was her thing.
So something just hit the Discord and my brain squirreled. The Zelda movie official X is only following 2 accounts, Sony Pictures and PlayStation.
Yeah, because Sony's working with them on it.
I know, but that's like, hey, listen. I'm not gonna go down.
Yo,
the
we're in a
rabbit
crazy
hole.
world, dude.
I'm not
Even
gonna
with
go. No, ain't no way in hell.
The ODSTs, dude, in Helldivers got me going crazy. I can't believe we were streaming that thing and we're talking about ODST in Helldivers. That would have been crazy because this is Halo. And on the PlayStation video at the end, when I heard that sound, I saw the rain and I heard that's the music, I was like, holy shit, this is Halo. And I'm like, what a friggin' crazy, like, it's insane, man. It's like when Mario and Sonic were together, like, we're seeing this shit before our eyes. Like,
so
I really
you think we could get Zelda on PlayStation?
No, but like
okay.
They're working with Nintendo. Nintendo is working with PlayStation to make a movie.
I know.
Like, it's pretty wild. Like,
yeah, that is. It's pretty
dude,
crazy.
It's these three are all like mixing around in certain ways, and I do feel that Nintendo and Sony moving a little more strategic. Microsoft is just like,
chumming the
corner
water.
on the yeah, they're just like on the corner of the street, just going me so horny. Like that's their old. Microsoft just like put everything everywhere. It's on the Phil Spencer in a freaking thong going me so horny, love you long time, take all my shit.
Put everything everywhere. That's our slogan.
Yo, that's what Phil is now. He's in a green thong on the corner of the street right now, just throwing everything out
with
there.
a sign that says like, "Put it everywhere."
Yeah. Put it anywhere. Pause. Oh.
It hurts to laugh.
No,
like
man, that's Thrifty. Yo, Thrifty, that's awesome, man. We bounce the ideas off each other.
Oh, God.
Put it anywhere. Oh, man.
Oh, shit. I gotta calm down. Oh,
no, man. That's golden right there.
You're gonna make an AI image of that in like 20 minutes.
I got one right.
I'm telling you.
Dude, it's being generated right now.
Hey guys, if you're a member here, you have an emoji. Right, if you're a member here, you have an emoji access to you that is Phil Spencer holding up a sign that says, "Please play my games." I believe you still have access to that. Let me check real quick. I could be wrong. Hang on. Nope, it is there. He's holding a license plate. There you go.
He holds it up and put it in.
Shit. It's this type of stuff though, where even your smaller devs don't want to come over. Henry, if you were let's say you were an auto manufacturer,
oh shit,
and an auto manufacturer, or you know what? Let's say you own your own business. All right, let's say you own your own business, just hypothetically speaking.
Yeah,
so, hypothetically speaking, you own your own business, right? Maybe it's power washing, maybe it's not, but like you just own your own business. And so let's do this. You're going out to your clients and you're saying, "Hey, I want to work with you." And your clients, you're building up a clientele, you're building up a player base, so to speak, kind of the same thing. Mm-hmm. Your book of business is your player base. It's the people you can count on to work with you and to buy your shit. Cool. Those are your captured audience. And then halfway through, they start saying, "Hey, Henry doesn't come around near as much. Hey, Henry wants us to go on this little subscription service where we have access to him, but really we're getting like less quality work because now he has to come by more often and visit us more frequently because of this new subscription he has us on. Now we're getting less quality work." And man, honestly, now his equipment ain't even like these other guys are running around in these nice trucks with all this really good equipment. They got all their chemicals laid out properly. Everything looks good. They look respectable. Henry ain't shaved in a week and a half now. We don't know what he looks like anymore. This is just weird.
Oh, man.
So now, if you started doing all that, would it surprise you in the least that your clients, that your captive audience started looking over to the other company that had all the nice new shit, that had all the other contracts going over to them, that had all the other people saying, "Hey man, not only do they come out and do it, but they do it better for the same price." Like, and actually you get better value because they're actually gonna, like, all their equipment works way better. So like, if that happened, what would happen to your hypothetical business?
Oh, it's gonna go in the shitter. It's going straight into the shitter, straight up. And to those points you made, we picked up quite a bit of business just like that, with people, not doing what they're supposed to do, and they have a guy, but he don't show up no more. Even with lawn care, that's the main thing with lawn care. Now they have a guy, but he don't show up when he's supposed to show up, so they're gonna call somebody else. But yeah, man, you can't, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you're not, feeding the fan base. They gonna leave, bro, and it's your fault. It's your fault. You ain't got nobody to blame but yourself. So,
exactly. Yeah. Because they did this to themselves, dude. Like that's
100%. 100%.
They did not feed the fan base. They made them wait for games, and finally, after all the circus of buying all these studios, buying all these publishers, it all turned around and gone, well, we made you enough. We're putting it all the other places too. So like, thanks for waiting.
Yeah, and bro. Then teasing all these games. And
the teasers.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Announcing them all. Dude, he went on the Game Awards stage and announced the Perfect Dark, like the biggest stage of them all, not E3, the Game Awards, and announced Perfect Dark with their first trailer, and that's the one he shut down. Like, he went to the biggest place ever to announce that thing at the Game Awards. Like who goes to the Game Awards to announce a console? Like, he showed up at the Game Awards, announced the console, and showed Perfect Dark and Hellblade 2, and like, yo, man, like, he used the Game Awards. Like, insane. But that's the thing, and that's why when
Josh
people go,
just
like,
said the roadmap. The roadmap.
Yeah, oh my God, that roadmap. Cobra, it's ridiculous, that roadmap.
That road is shut down and construction has halted.
That's the other thing. Like, who knows, like, what games they're gonna like come out with, like a Fables and all that other stuff. Like, if it gets pushed out one more time, is it gonna stick around?
At this point, man, I don't even know. Fable might not come out.
And then we found out that and the Perfect Dark gameplay was not like, it was gameplay, but it wasn't really. It was like this kind of like faux gameplay with some assets in there, and they were playing it, but it was, you had to play it that way. If you did anything else, it broke. Like, it was a recorded run, and like, now we look at Fable and it's like, well, where's that? Like, they never sit down and just play their frigging games. Like, they always have this like in-engine shit now that they're doing, and it's sort of like, you cancel these games, and it doesn't matter if a game is good or bad. You shut down the studios, you sell off the studios, you close them down. It doesn't matter. And look at even with Starfield. Like, you're supposed to have annualized DLC. Well, what happened to it? And and what's crazy is the DLC last year wasn't it didn't even fix the game.
Dude, that thing was ass, bro. So many people hated that.
It was worse than the game. Yeah, I saw the ending of it. It was horrible. Like, I was like, oh my God, thank God I didn't play it. It was like the worst thing ever.
Well,
people
because
thought
you
it
were
was
supposed
broke.
you were supposed to get a vehicle, and then the vehicle could only be used on like 1 or 2 planets.
Well, the vehicle came out before the DLC. That's crazy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it did. It came out shortly before it.
The buggy came out, and meanwhile, it wasn't. When people asked for it at launch, they're like, "Oh no, it's meant to be walked around."
They gave you all kind of BS.
All the bullshit, like Todd Howard Lee's.
People were caping for it.
Oh man,
it makes sense why you don't want it on there.
No.
Hey guys, we are 2 hours in. Hit that subscribe button, guys. You can't get this shit anywhere else. Like, this is hit the subscribe button.
Bullshit, that stuff. Hit that subscribe, hit that like, hit all the buttons.
Speaking of that, I don't know who you are, but thank you. Somebody did subscribe. You're not public, so I can't shout you out, but I do appreciate the subscribe. Man, this is wild. It's Phil Spencer. That's right. He was like, he doesn't have the PlayStation logos. I can respond to him. I can reply to him now. That's it. No, so funny.
He's like, he has that box in the name.
Funny enough, somebody reached out to me in a DM, and they sent me a voice message, and they were like, hey man, just wanted to let you know, love the new direction of the channel. Looks really good. Some people think that you did it in response to Helldivers 2 going over to Xbox, and he goes, I've actually had a couple people approach me and ask if you had changed your name because of that. And I was like, he goes, and my first initial thought was, I've been saying it for months that I was doing a name change and changing up some things and blah, blah, blah. And his next statement was, he goes, obviously they don't watch your show, because if they did, they would know you had this in the works for like the past 3 months. So,
oh man,
just clarifying,
timing.
I still game on my PS5 Pro, I still game on my Portal, and I still enjoy the PlayStation brand and the quality that their games give. I know. Just in case, I just don't want to have a tattoo on me that says Hiroki Totoki owns Thrifty. That's not okay. So that's it. I don't do tattoos, and I want the ability to not offend an entire audience by saying, hey, Ghost of Yotai wasn't that good, or whatever big fanboy bullshit that you're supposed to be glazing for PlayStation. Just want to make sure I don't have anything on my channel that says that's what I'm gonna do, because I won't. I don't care.
Yeah. And I know that is definitely, like, it's been going crazy with this whole thing. And what I've been saying on my channel is that the thing is Xbox, we talked about I just talked about all the stuff about Xbox. Like, Xbox, and Henry was saying the same thing, like, they did more stuff to not giving their fans what they wanted and make them wait for games, and just launch the console with no games, delayed Halo, and had nothing else to back it up. And it's just, they did a lot more. It wasn't just putting games on PC, because people been putting games, they put Gears on PC back in the day. Like, it's not that. It was the fact that they did not even look at the 60 frames on Hellblade 2. It's a perfect example. Like, they let that thing sit over a year with no 60 frame update, and on their own console, and their console's the most powerful Series X in the world, like, and that didn't even have that. So, like, how do you do that to a fan base and then expect them to still, want to stick around? Dude, they're gonna find better places. Like, how many times are you gonna get punched in the face before you're like, you know what, I'm out of here. Like, like, I'm tired of getting beat up from here. This is, I'm done. Like, I'm gonna go somewhere else where I could get my cake and eat it too, and I'm gonna get your games there anyway, since you're putting them there, and you're making everybody feel special, dude. They put out exclusives on PC. Gears Tactics, Flight Simulator. Those were year exclusives on PC before the console, and they had the balls to announce that at E3 with a whole bunch of dudes in the front row in FanFest wearing Aaron Greenberg jerseys. Like, they were glazed in the front row. And they told them to their face with no stutter, here's some PC exclusives. Welcome to E3. Like, oh, like, you can't do that. Those dudes in the front row got glazed on. They had them at FanFest and everything. And they pretended that Xbox was like, they had these diehard Xbox fans just saying, tell them to wait, just wait, just wait. And meanwhile, they were going around screwing all the neighbors. Here's PC exclusives. Here's the better versions. Oh, don't mind those psychos over there. They're glazed. They'll just sit there and eat it up. We're going to do it. And you can't do that for years upon years and expect that those people are going to stay glazed. Like, a lot of them just said, I'm done with this shit. You know what I mean? PlayStation, just because they put, and maybe Spider-Man's coming. I saw Spider-Man today in PlayStation Plus. Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if Spooderman's going to Xbox.
Oh, Spider-Man.
Man, that's going to break the internet if that shit happens.
Spider-Man would go to Nintendo before it would go to Xbox. Just
that's going to take a lot of work to get on the Switch. But I'm telling you, like, but the thing is that don't listen to the people that are trying to trigger that. PlayStation is doing some crazy shit. I agree. Like, why would you waste time doing that stuff? But the thing is as long as they keep putting out quality exclusive games for the hardware and supporting their feature sets, that's what you want as a console. Like, after you absorb it and you enjoy it in the place there, let them do whatever the hell they want with it. I'm done with it because I'm ready for the next game. And that's what they got to kind of kind of do. Like, don't sit there and just like, you know, because believe me, PlayStation announces the PlayStation 6 and starts showing games on that thing. Everybody, all Sony got to do right now is show like friggin' Wolverine or some bullshit like that, and everybody be crawling right back up that Hitoki ass. They'll be like, Hitoki's the greatest ever. Hitoki-ness lives. Like, please. You just got to give everybody a whiff of Wolverine.
Like, I think that's the problem. I think they know that. And so they have been they have been afforded
they know that.
They've been afforded the one thing that you can't buy enough of, you don't have enough of, and runs out without us doing a damn thing. They've been afforded time.
Dude, it's like Disney.
They have been afforded all the time in the world. They don't have to do a damn thing. It's just like, our shit's selling off the shelf. We haven't released a tentpole banger in 18 months. And we are still over projection on console sales. We are posting revenue at an ungodly amount right now. And everything seems to be tracking along close to or right at or a little above where we said it would. Like, they have no reason to hurry at all. They can all do what these tech companies do, where they got all the beer in like the bottom floor, and you can go grab a couple beers during your break, and then go back up and get to work and do all that. Like, they're just having parties day in and day out because they don't have to do anything. Because they know.
Yeah, like I said, they the default console now, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's like Jez just said. Once they release Wolverine, nobody gives a shit anymore. Like, it's just...
Yeah, I'm telling you, once they show, believe me, like Ghost of Yote, once that, like, that's why I'm surprised. Like, people like sitting here playing Death Stranding 2 and they're complaining about, you know, Helldivers. Dude, that's old news. Like, you got Ghost of Yote and nobody else can. Like, Death Stranding 2 is looking the way it is, running on the and utilizing the Pro, which is another thing that like, you know, is a point that Sony released a Pro and their games are supporting that thing, and they look incredible. They're running better. They have higher frame rates with sharper images because of PSSR, whatever upscaling they're doing. Like, they're supporting their hardware. And Death Stranding 2, you're playing it right now and going, oh, the exclusives. It's like, you're playing one that right now. And Ghost of Yote is another one. All these guys going, I can't, like, you know, I'll just wait. Go ahead, wait. Go ahead, wait. January, February, March. Well, wait for the news. But because when you're waiting for Death Stranding 2 to come out, I'm going to be getting ready for Sorrows. I'm going to be getting ready for Intergalactic. You know, like, and then I'm going to get ready for Wolverine while you come. Like,
or Venom.
And if you're going to wait, or Venom, if you're going to wait, then wait. But I can tell you one now, that when the person comes out says they're going to wait, they were never interested in buying the game in the first place. So I don't give a fuck what you're doing. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't care, because if you're going to be like, oh, I'll wait 6 months. Well, guess what? You should not talk, because you have no interest in this game if you're just going to wait on it. You know, if it's a wait and see, then you were never the customer to begin with.
Right.
So what does it matter?
Right. And that's one of the things that I've kind of relegated.
Because they just say that and they trigger a bunch of people. They're just looking for engagement. Because they know it's going to trigger a bunch of PlayStation people to kind of go at them going, screw you, it's not coming, blah, blah. Like, and it's just like, oh my God, this petty bullshit. Like backyard fights, like bum fights.
Oh, the token beta also is coming up. Like, there's...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I signed up for that shit day one.
Go ahead. You're on Xbox. It's coming Xbox. Tell me when you're going to play.
Like, there's so much stuff coming out right now that it's so if you can look at the year and go, man, Xbox really front-loaded the beginning part of this year, you would have to look at PlayStation and go, well, PlayStation has the back end then. PlayStation has from the midpoint and on for them. Because that's just what it seems like. You have Death Stranding.
Yeah, but Xbox front-loaded this year with all old games. Like, these were... They front-loaded... There was not new games. It was Janky Jones. It was Forza, 2-year-old game. Like, they've been flooding it with old ports. That's what they've been doing. They haven't been making... The only new game they put out was Doom. Was what, Doom and Grounded 2?
That one came like a fart in the wind.
Well, Grounded 2 is not like,
I meant
because
Doom.
They don't have an early thing.
I meant Doom.
Well, yeah.
Doom came out, people were like, "Oh, Doom!"
I
and then
have
Doom
it
left.
on my own. Yeah, like it is. I'm not. I like Eternal better. This one I wasn't too much of a fan of. I've been playing it, but it's just I like the Eternal better. I like the movement of Eternal. I felt that it was really cool, like the aerial movements and combos. This one, I don't feel too good, and I'm upset they got rid of the glory kills because those were pretty cool. Those animations. Now it's just sort of like a punch, and the guy just like ragdolls, like it's a little silly. But anyway, that's a side note. But what I'm saying is, like, they front loaded this year with a lot of kind of like just for games, and then the beginning of this year was like everything. Whenever it's ready, go. Like Sea of Thieves, Forza. Like, dude, they released Sea of Thieves. They front loaded this year. Sea of Thieves, the Housefly That Don't Die. That game 2017. They released that game this year. Forza, 3-year-old game.
Like, the Housefly That Doesn't Die.
Hell yeah, that's Sea of Thieves, man. It shows it's gonna be a Gamescom. I guarantee it.
Golly,
they'll have some more.
crazy.
That's what a rare and they said rare. That's all you are, and that's all be all that IP.
Yeah.
So some of the bitches said make more DLC.
Doesn't matter.
For Sea of Thieves,
guys. We've been here for about 2 hours and 15 minutes. Henry,
Age of Empires.
You got any closing thoughts before we wrap up the stream?
No, man. I think we pretty much covered everything. You know, Xbox's cheeks as always.
Yeah.
But,
Hey, don't go to sleep yet, and if you're still playing Mafia, go take out your final 3. Go get everything handled.
I just beat it.
You just beat. There you go. I knew where you were. I was like, I knew where you were.
I love the back end.
Yeah. Hero. Punching is less work. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Punching is way less work. All right. So, talked about a lot of crap tonight. Had a ton of fun. Thank you to Stephen Leon and to Voyager88. Because of them, we will have a stream directly after this. Give me about 10 minutes just like last week. Get everything set up. And I will be back streaming Lies of P. I played about an hour of it earlier today. And then I just...
Do you like it?
Okay, so yes, I actually do. It's actually kind of fun. I love the presentation. I love the setting. It looks like Carnival meets London, and I love it. It looks really, really good. It's interesting.
Which sword did you choose?
Currently, I just have the one at the beginning still. I mean, I just have whatever the first one was. Oh, the fast one. I know what you're asking.
Okay.
Now. Yeah. I'm always going to go for speed and combat and mobility in these games than any kind of heavy thing that keeps me planted in one spot for too long. I don't...
Oh, yeah, that's what I chose. I chose the great sword.
Oh, you chose the big bastard. No, I can't do those.
Buddy.
I like getting in there while they're rising up from the ground and just doing a quick combo. But so this game doesn't really have a good like save system to it. If you can't get to your not sites of grace, but the little thing that are sites of grace, if you can't get to that,
I think it's with Stargazers.
Stargazer, that's it. Like, then you just lose all your fucking progress. Like, so I played an hour and then I had to go to my PT appointment today. I turn it off. Well, I put it in rest mode. Don't shut down the game. Go to my PT appointment. My wife, because I can't drive yet still, my wife brings brings the kids back home, and they hop on Minecraft. My wife wasn't really looking or paying attention.
Oh, is that when I text you, when I message you?
No. This was just today. No, when
okay.
you messaged me, dude, I was a muscle relaxer and a hydro in to a back spasm, and so I sent that message back, and then I like reread it, and I was like, that didn't make it Minecraft. What? Because my kids were on Minecraft that day.
Yeah.
But I think that they were watching the TV at that time, but because I don't know. Like, that was weird. And that's why I messaged you like a couple days later, man, I am so sorry. I was on the meds and they were good. So it's I need to put my phone down when those things start to kick in. But no,
yes.
my son went ahead and got over to Minecraft on the main screen, clicked it, it gave him the thing that says, hey, you have this application running. You have to shut it down. And he shut it down. So I lost all my progress today. And I came back, and I was going to... Then they were like, hey, can we play Minecraft? And I was like, hang on. I have to get on there, and I have to move to the next save spot please, I just beat a little mini boss that took me 3 tries. I don't want to do it again. And he was already in Minecraft. And I looked at my wife and she goes, how bad? And I was like, it's only an hour of progress. And she goes, I am so sorry. I was like, it's fine. It's fine. It was just an hour. It's fine. And so be mindful when you're playing the game. Make sure to get to the next Stargazer before you get off. So that's going to be the goal tonight. Beat the next section of the game. Get to the next Stargazer. Before we do that, though, my 2 guests came on tonight. So happy with that. Thank y'all so much for coming. Henry, we will start with you, my brother. Where can people find you?
It's just Henri Heck. Catch me on X. Catch me inside the Discord. And every now and again, I'm on that YouTube, man.
No, not every now and then. He has a YouTube channel. He just released a video today, released one a couple days ago. It's in the description below. Go check it out. You will not be disappointed. The guy's funny. He's articulate. He'll make you laugh. And he has some good points to boot. So, and he doesn't have to...
I appreciate that, man.
Hey, you're welcome. And then, speaking of good points to boot, speaking of making people laugh, speaking of the best one-man live show out there, Jez7780 from the Gaming Grindhouse. How the heck are you? Where can people find you?
Well, you can find me at the game. Thank you so much, man. And hit that button. I'll keep calling you the one call you thrifty.
Yeah, it's still thrifty. It is still
so
thrifty. It's still
anyway,
thrifty.
Hit that like button.
Yeah.
Yes, and definitely subscribe to Henry. You can find me over at the Gaming Grind. I do a show Monday nights at 8 o'clock, and then also I have I just did a couple of videos, short videos, what greases my gears and what grinds my gears. I've been trying to get some more of the short videos out, so when I don't have the time to sit and do a full podcast there, so check those out. I dropped one today about the Wukong one, and fans of a certain brand saying they're going to boycott it because nobody told them what the deal was, and Sony. Anyway, it is pretty wild. And then I did the Halo in Helldivers. So definitely, check it out over there and subscribe over there. You can follow me over at Jez7780 on X and Jez7780X on PlayStation, and then Jez77 on Xbox PC or Xbox on PC or Xbox no PC. I don't know whatever they call it anymore.
You know what, OPP? Yeah, you know me.
Yeah, OPP, Xbox on PC, you know me. Because box is always in the name.
Box is always in the name. Josh, I will leave y'all with this. Cosmic is... Nope, that was this week. Falky and Will are on next week. And so that is who we have next week. And if you've been on the show before and you're listening in your car or listening at work, I have the next 3 weeks planned, so be prepared for here in a couple weeks to get another message from me that says, hey, pick your time slot, because that works out super, super well. And so, most of the time. All right.
Pick out time.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank y'all so much. We are about to go to the other live stream. I will see y'all there. Thank y'all again. Have a wonderful night. Go follow both of the panel members on here. Henry, go follow Jez. Check them out. I know everybody here already does that because y'all are so freaking awesome. And I will talk to y'all next week. Have a good one.
Peace.
Actually, I'll talk to y'all here in just a few.